Hello everyone, welcome. We're a little bit late. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, the game is underway. This is going to be our first pro game. Hope you enjoy. I think we'll just do this. Hopefully everything works. I need to actually lower the audio on my end. Hopefully be able to sync up a little bit. Just to let you know, my timer is roughly 30 seconds behind. I was a little bit late to this, so we'll see. There was a tech pause, so that saved me a little bit. Okay, so what I noticed in the draft phase, they're playing Ezreal on the G2 team, and that's a character that I played a tiny bit of in the training range. But otherwise, I'm not sure I really know any of these characters. Okay, let's just get into this a little bit. So, we're still very early on, right? And a bit of a fight here in the jungle kind of area. Interesting. So, G2 player here managed to block in owner, farm a mob, get over the wall. Was that flash? They die though for it, because Faker just arrived and that kind of screwed him over, right?
It's a horror from G2 as Carrier has the first move, and yeah,
top lane, the Doran seems to be a little bit low. I'm gonna try and just like talk through what I think's going on, and we'll see from there. I think Vanaer wasn't able to catch the gameplay when you played. Was it fun? It really was. It was really fun. So much more fun than I was expecting it to be. Played twice now, and I feel like we've made some really good progress. But yeah, still have a lot to learn. Yeah, so are they both flashing over that wall, and then he dies for it, but I feel like it was a decent idea. So T1 and Carrier support to come and help to mid. I don't think I'm allowed to show the stream. I think it's probably against the rules, and I don't want to run the risk. I don't want to burn a bridge in case I do get access to co-streaming somewhat later down the line. But for now, ooh, and he dies there? Wow. Okay. There's so many like quite intense fights going on at the same time. Jumping over that wall there. I see the wards in the bushes.
That is tough. That was your one winning lane right there.
Using an ability there to get all of the final hits on the minions there. Interesting. He goes back completely exposed, but he knows he's fine because he got the kill. Interesting.
Bought the Ruby Crystal and the Longsword. So he was sitting on about 1,000 gold this early on, which is almost a totality of combat power.
So we've got 2 of G2 members in the jungle getting down owner. Carrier doesn't make it in time.
And this is what G2 can do well. When they get Lebrov and Skumon on the same page, they can look for these picks.
It feels like there's a little bit less solidification on who's in which lane a little bit. Feels like we have a lot of linking up for mini fights as we're going. So Carrier makes it over for the fight, gets stunned, and doesn't manage to. Oh no, this is the fight they win? Question mark? Oh yeah, this is where Owner gets stuck. Okay.
That allows Caps to survive. He flashes over the wall, and they're able to finish him off with the auto attacks.
And then this was the fight against Doran.
You don't have a ward for that further up brush. Notice how Doran plays on the edge here. He's basically just holding.
And it was, is this a flash over, or like an ability that got him over that wall? I think either way, useful to know.
Because you can't win that fight in melee range with Dominus up. So he pushes him back, waits for the cooldowns, goes over the wall with the ward and kills him. Really well played there by Doran. And
yeah, you see just wards going up like everywhere. I think that's part of the gameplay that I think I just need to get in a habit. Like, if I have a ward available, just drop it. This is feeling very G2 at the moment. Oh, Doran got one and got traded. Pays a little bit stuck but gets out. Yeah, all four of them fighting mid there. From all five from G2.
But that was still great for G2.
Is that for an objective? Or just they saw place to catch some of the T1 players off guard?
Trying to look for a play set up here onto Caps. You know, they're trying to get pushed through mid, but you can see Labrov had moved into the river. Faker used that ult early.
Faker went forward, then found there was someone else there. There is an objective on the top side, Void Grubs. Okay. Oh. Those guys bouncing from the Baron spot, I see.
And watches BB just kind of fights through Keria, ignoring him to take him down, then kiting back here on the side, flashes out from that bouncing bomb that Pays throws over. And even with Doran getting into the middle of everyone, he flash follows, but the egg is back up, and that is all he gets for his life. So great job there, absorbing the pressure from Faker in the mid lane, and then Labrov to punish. Labrov, I think, is playing
back into a lot of grouping up. Middle from T1, kind of. But then where you kill them, they make you deal more damage to towers. Ooh. So actually, that's a super important objective to get early on.
First 15 minutes of the game. Keria is looking up towards this top side as Doran.
I feel like my objective fighting has mostly been the dragons because I've been playing mostly bottom lane, right? Okay. Wow. It's feeling very G2 right now. very G2.
Beautifully played there. The TP immediately from Caps. Skewmon coming in to back him up, uses the flash, and Broken Blade buys so much time.
Yeah, I think I played on my first day like one game of jungle, didn't really know what was going on. Gave a little bit of an idea of what a jungle player would be up to, but not enough, I don't think. So Faker comes down to help with the dragon, and yeah, two of them are enough to get it.
And that is a 2,000 gold lead here now for G2. It started quite well for T1, but these last couple skirmishes going heavily the way of the LEC, and we can watch it one more time. And you can look on the mini-map, both Keria and Skewmon immediately are coming up here, and they're waiting to try to combo.
And seeing if they can catch out Broken Blade. Gets the stun, and that's surely a kill.
Lets it go full time. Keria guesses slightly wrong. Knew he went
but
up,
then
went a bit to the side, expecting a juke.
Missed the timing on then two more arriving, and they both get bodied. Interesting.
Doran goes down. There's no Keria to make anything happen, and G2 getting into a very comfortable position now. Gold lead across the map here.
Faker of the West. I don't think I'm even slightly close to that.
G2 feeling like they're cruising.
But we have seen T1 in this
give objectives in favor of gold and stuff.
Shoulders
yeah, I think you need to pull up the stream separately. I will say my timer is a little bit off. I'm about 30 seconds behind on that timer. You know, I'm really happy that people gave me a warning that I might need to be up a fair bit earlier than the advertised 9 AM for me. So made it a little bit late, but somewhat in time. Oh, that's risky.
The follow-up from LeBron was there, has the solar flare as he's gone to level 6. Keria is down towards this bottom side looking for Caps, but Caps is just recalling.
Yeah, I mean, this is just really well played. I mean, Nivea, tough to die.
Yeah, Keria just bounced across. I have no idea how Keria just bounced across that, but that should be the timing. My current time is 13:08, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That should be probably a decent way of getting it clocked up. For the next game, I'll have the timer actually working at the right time. But yeah, was caught a little bit of guard.
and he can't make
So
it
Faker's now
play, so
fighting
just
bottom
fantastic
lane,
from G2.
Good bit of vision from Carrier towards the red
and
towards
a lot of T1 are kind of laying in wait to jump on them, jump on Lebrov and Caps right now.
G2 were able to take the 3 grubs as T1 took the Drake, so we have that exchange of neutrals.
It feels like there's a lot of playing around vision, and can they get some ambushes going? Can they catch them off guard?
Take him down, but that was not an easy kill. That is flash ult from Carrier, that's ult from Pays, that's Nocturne ult, so that is quite
Yeah, interesting. So Faker's currently then pushing forward with the bottom lane, whilst other people went and took a spot mid. Okay.
Just safely farm. You need to have some sort of pressure on them. Thankfully for G2 though, Hans does go down but doesn't even use his flash.
Yeah, I think as soon as he's in the Hex to go to mid, all you're doing is flashing over to the other side of the wall and you're dead anyway.
What I'm also noticing is there's a lot of people going back, much more in the open than I was. I think because I got caught off guard quite a bit earlier. Like early on my first day, I then decided to basically only go back in bushes, but actually people are going back in a lot more exposed positions. But I guess it takes knowledge of who could actually kill you at that point. Okay, almost a kill there. I think a bit unfortunate, didn't manage it.
Yeah, it is a trade of flashes between the top laners there. They get the flash off of Lebrov as well, though. As this time, T1 bring the extra member, but look at Caps in the bot lane.
Oh, okay. So Owner's playing the character that cuts off vision with the ultimate.
Losing minions down here on this bot side, so they are pushing for this neutral. Going to be able to grab the Herald here, I think, uncontested.
Okay. T1 get another of the objectives there, but feels like Caps made some progress on the tower a little bit that maybe balances out.
Lebrov is looking around that blue buff area, but Dorian will be pretty hard to dive even with his Dominus down.
I will say Blade needs to be pretty careful for these next couple of minutes. You know that Nocturne ult is now going to be back.
So
after their earlier
I think the takeaway on that front then is if I get the kill in lane and I'm pretty sure I won't get attacked, just the few extra seconds I get from going back to base earlier would help more. The ward there gives them let that guy know that those two were coming.
But you'd purely be trying to outplay.
Spotting moment.
It would be in vain, as you'd say. Yes.
So they're heading back now in a bush. Oh no, cancelled it. Yeah, Faker's now here fighting top lane. There's a lot more movement between lanes that they're doing.
T1 might want to fight this. Caps is just TP'd away, and Broken Blade doesn't have his TP.
Okay, and now they're jumping on the dragon here.
To stop the flag and drag out means that it has to be a flash invested from the G2 jungler. Caps has moved down top to try and make this a 4v5.
I think Lebrov CC'd up Owner though, so he couldn't actually get in range to ult in onto Skewmon because he activated the ult,
they
but he never
back off of the objective. You can see all the pings going on the map. That's also something I should start doing a bit more of.
Even though Owner is level 10, he's not 11, doesn't have the additional range on that ulti yet. So
yeah, I think one of the things that might be a good idea to work on as well is just spending more time focusing on actually farming, because now that we tried a game in draft and it didn't go so well, but I think also a part of that was not having a great feel for the farming itself, because having that down a little bit would make then more opportunity to do better.
That G2 had as T1 take a tower on the top side. Faker gets himself a very slight gold lead, 32 ahead, but leads still for Broken Blade and for
puts the ward in, so he has to cancel the return to base.
It had opened up to, I want to say, around maximum 2.5, 2.8k lead for G2, but T1 closing that.
I'm right in thinking that this is
really means it's
roughly
about the execution in the
this pretty skewed in G2's favor to begin with.
Really earn their reputation. This team is just so good, has so many.
I get about
playmakers.
3 6
Faker
per
and
minute.
Doran,
The pros
able
get
to
more
be
like
critical of their
200.
laning, but you cannot be critical of the team fighting.
Yeah.
The ability to find the right angle, to find the right moment. And these top LCK and LPL teams have shown time and time again this event that they're
I think
so fast.
I think
when you make a mistake.
I had a bit of a
Yeah,
a bit of a think about how I did yesterday, and I think the thing I need to realize is, and I got a couple comments about this, is it's okay to not really be doing much of something. Like, in my mind, I need to be constantly damaging minions or damaging whoever I'm up against or doing something constantly, and I think the better move is take my time a little bit more. And maybe I do less damage overall, but I get more final hits.
Broken Blade wisely not stepping up. You can see Skewmond on his way across. Dominus about to expire. And BB waiting.
What are we doing? Arcane. I've got episodes 2 and 3 recorded, so we'll see that soon. Both of those are had a bit of audio issues, but that's fixed, so just need to actually do the edit itself now. And Doran and Carrier get the kill, question mark? Oh, and Pays as well, and that is done. Okay.
And G2 fall prey to the Faker global taunt.
Owner fighting under tower. No minions really to help out, so manages to send them away.
And the Avengers flood in. Everyone from T1 does arrive up on that top side to help Faker punish G2 for that play. Still, though, it is
yeah, so I think what I'm noticing from how they're farming minions is, unless there's nothing low, they don't attack any of the ones with high HP because they might miss the timing of the low HP ones.
Double teleport, everyone running. They are there to protect Faker.
So yeah, Faker gets jumped, but the rest of the team make it and get 2 for Faker's 1 death. So a decent exchange.
It would have been a 2 for 0.
Yep. Great reactions overall from T1. Had that deep vision as well with that ward further up in the lane, meaning the double TP from Pays and Doran was easy to execute.
What I find really interesting is the distribution of people on the map. I feel like it's a lot more free than how I've, I guess, been visualizing it. I think for the time being, it's a good idea for me to kind of stick in lane, stick to then moving to objectives, but mostly doing what's, I guess, more correct on paper, but it's cool to see what it looks like very differently.
The rest of the members of G2 have to then step up. If they one-shot BB or Caps, you got to go big if you're those other carries.
BB running up from the bottom side. Faker looks towards top lane to see if he can push out there. There's a couple of
because also I think what I see is I don't really view the minions as waves at this stage. Like, I see them as the minions just arrive and I hit them. But I guess you start to get a feeling for the timings of when these things are up. Okay, they get maybe Broken Blade. Doran got a little bit screwed over there by getting chucked over the wall. Faker fighting top lane. Gets 2v1'd here. I think he dies. And Caps is there to confirm it. Only ADC goes mid after you destroy enemy turret. Bot. Oh, wait. I need to carry it in trouble, but has tower to save them. Okay. So, backing up mid to, I guess, get a jump on someone. And probably at my level, whoever's playing mid isn't expecting that. Oh. Doran's the top player, right? Getting a bit of progress on the bottom. Does he get the channel off? Okay, nice.
who did overstay a bit on this top side, whereas the solo
All three of them going back.
Have already based. They're coming out. Doesn't look like they want to rush in towards Dragon, though. Instead, just playing to get vision.
And yeah, Carrier seems to be everywhere, which is quite cool.
TP coming out from Caps, who does have a 1.5 thousand gold lead. Carrier in the vicinity, looking to see perhaps if there's a way for him to take down this bird.
So the ADC players are
and what I was going to touch on before is
Pays and Handsummer. I feel like also I should
they actually are just straight up playing double exhaust, and exhaust scales insanely well.
Pay a little bit of attention to what they're doing specifically. So I might be able to probably not pick up much, but maybe a little bit.
So much more valuable than a heal or a barrier late on into the game. So is something really working in the favor of G2 if they can use this exhaust to great effect?
I think it's really interesting as well how much stuff is going on in such like close proximity to each other. Like they're here fighting a jungle mob whilst three of them are like poised and ready to pounce. And they're just sending abilities off into the distance and getting a few hits here and there.
They've decided they're not sticking around. They'll go up towards the top side. They'll give the Drake over to G2.
Yeah, just second Dragon of the game, so no stress there for T1. They didn't feel like they had the proper setup, so instead they do just back off. But going to be really interested to see what defensive items that Hans does go for. We have been seeing more these days, usually only as like a 5th, 6th item, but 80 carries go Seekers. And honestly, this is a game for Hans where I wouldn't mind seeing him legit go Zonias as like.
Can they see Carrier because of the ward there? I do see a little, potentially an X on it. He's playing Mage. Plays a lot more like a mid laner. Okay.
Already being worked towards on Caps. Broken Blade is going to be going for a much more tanky build on the Vayne top.
Yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of different, like, much more different things going on than what I'd normally have. Okay, they're getting a Resurrect and managed to cancel that. Nice shot from Faker, and now this feels like a shift in momentum a bit. So they got 2 in this fight. Doran going for more. Yep, they're gonna die. Handsummer dies too. And that's enough for them. They get 3. It's enough of a momentum shift there.
Could not flash out because of the miasma. Gives away another kill there, and we'll see.
Not really playing seriously at the beginning. That's fair.
And with the Casio, it is going to be going down in a hurry here. Skewmont is around.
So now they're fighting Baron. Is this Baron? So that's the payoff on the fight they just did. Doran just either flashed or used an ability to get over the wall. Broken Blade trying to get Owner. Trades 1 for 1. And the Baron goes down, and that's these super minions, right?
That one really hurts as this fight gave such big rewards over to T1. No hesitation.
I think
they move in here with multiple members. You can see they had 4 members topside. They were hunting.
I think what I need to do is just ward so much more, because it's just a matter of, oh, I have it, place it.
All the rest of their members, they're just now joining the fight.
And yeah, stopping the Resurrect there feels very, very powerful. They lose Carrier, but go 3 for 1 effectively.
Mistake we didn't get to see in the replay, but Hans shifted forward. Faker had the miasma, and then you cannot flash out. You cannot outplay it.
Welcome in.
Taken down. And with Hans going down, that really did result in the bear. And if he had stayed alive, maybe with a 3-minute
smite it,
contest,
yes.
he could actually stop them.
You have a little bit of poke there as well. With the Vayne and the Jarvan, you don't have enough. You have to really face check into them.
And I also see there's a lot more teamwork for defeating the jungle mobs. It's not just jungler going around. I think it's one of those. I know how Pro Valorant is quite different to normal Valorant, because there's the assumption that people are going to play a little bit slower and a little bit differently to how people would do it in ranked. And I feel like you get... Oh, that's unfortunate. Skewmont dies though. That was a really good ability usage. Carrier dies, and Doran's going to die here too. Yep. And Pays backs up. Owner's pretty low as well. That was unfortunate. So what we have at the top is the difference in kills and the difference in gold, right? And how many towers they've got. So I think it started out with a lot more kills for G2, but things have shifted a little bit more into T1's side, I think. That's the impression I'm getting.
He goes in, but he's tanking the tower during this, and the flash frost there from Caps catches him. He gets locked in by Skumon. That buys space for Broken Blade. And Carrier tries to go in with the hookshot onto BB. He can't get him. We're back to live.
Tower gold kills and under it dragons. Void grubs, cool.
It was a 3 for 2 on the top side.
Yeah, so the symbols next to the timer then the buffs that they've got up, or just what they've killed recently.
In these moments, right? They realize you can't just run away from the final hour. He'll chase you down that spot. So Carry goes in to give his life. Doran goes in to give his life to try to buy space for those carries. Labrov here on the
yeah, it feels.
Though. G2 have a pretty good angle.
It almost feels like the roles are almost less important here than they are. Oh yeah, the different dragon elements, of course. Yeah, because it changes each time. Okay, waiting for the minions to come in to get a bit of damage. Wow, that's a lot of damage on the tower. And 4 of them are here in case, but they're killing the Drake. Drake down. And yeah, we can see all the builds that they're on at the bottom. So a couple of people full items already.
T1 have no more cards to give. They can't just say, you know what, you have this dragon for free, we're going to trade. They will be punished next time, so we're going to have to see how the setup
takes just bonus damage to turrets.
Look at the setup currently around this one. Look at all the vision here from G2. All of these wards in the area. They even had a deep ward over on that other side.
Because it feels,
and, that is what prompted
yeah, it feels more like the actual character roles are important here, rather than the lane assignments. Whereas, definitely at my level, the lane assignments are the key bit here.
Fake news in this season. I think it is so.
If you don't touch a tower for a long time, the first attack on a tower does a lot of damage. Interesting. Is it worth then manipulating that timing to burst down a tower?
So to me, it's like, even if T1 gets a Baron and you get Soul, you are so heavily advantaged unless you make a critical error and you get picked off during the Baron. Because if you all die during the Baron, then obviously
okay, so I think I've seen a few places where we see, oh, yep, that's a kill. But we see a few places where I've seen, oh, after the lane phase, and I don't really know. I guess after the lane phase is when people play a little bit more freely.
BB, it's hard to see his teleport cooldown.
But that's all. I feel like what we're here to do is get a little bit of an idea of macro game versus the micro. I feel like I'm not going to learn too much on the micro front. Probably some cool like offensive flashes, for example, but and like how much actually they're going over walls. That was a nice snipe on that turret.
Yeah, and I mean some critical items coming through honestly on both sides.
So I think kills look even, but gold and towers are super in T1's benefit at the moment.
Very powerful. Has had the actualizer for a bit, and Pays, as we know, already had that death cap, already had all the flat pen, but now has a Seeker's arm guard on.
But G2 do have a lot more buffs, so I guess they gave up the towers for the buffs effectively.
The silhouette and then steps back because of it. Faker uses Petrifying Gaze, should be back before the next big fight.
Yeah, but that
Teleport
is well
up
played,
will frequently sideline up
because the
opposite
Baron
to the
is
next
up,
objective.
Right? So they want to say, you don't get to wait. We're actually just going to start this. Of course, there is risk with that. And it looks like G2 more want to play for vision here. They want to make sure that T1 don't have any Baron shenanigans going on. But Labrov is in a little bit of a spooky spot here, but has the team around.
Yeah, the Baron is up, so they're probably, both teams are worried that there's going to fight, because I feel like at this stage, yeah, and they're going for it.
On the other side, an endless hunger for Hunt Summer, and they need Rabadon's death cap actually.
Getting rid of the wards? No, they're backing up.
To me is where Ezreal kind of reaches late game, right? Where you get so much ability.
So I guess destroying the ward there, then T1 don't know if they're actually going for it or not.
Q is back up, and if you're on point with that, you really can start to tear through these fights. And Broken Blade really going in with the Stormrazor, obviously, has the Hexblade, so he's gonna have a ton of move speed between final hour, between
Minions have a lot of space top lane.
Difficult to lock down, but of course, if you make a misstep on Vayne,
Oh,
you're so
now
on the invis,
T1 are looking to go for the Baron here, and it seems like G2 are backing up.
He really does. You can see G2
They're all recalling, but so are T1.
Away. There was a moment where I thought T1 might just rush it for the inhib tower, but Caps is back here in time. 55 seconds on the Infernal. Soul
We've ended up in almost like a mini reset here. Everyone's gone back, probably buying up their full sets, and then we end up in a bit of a more powered up state for all of them.
Yeah, 2K is nice if it results in a completed item. You can see some of those big
gold
items.
Difference in amount of dragons is much more important than kills. Okay.
These are the things that matter. But if it does not result in an item completion,
so the main thing for kills is building a gold advantage and building an objective advantage. What is the kind of balance at the moment? Like, are we looking currently at G2 winning, T1 winning? I feel like in my mind T1 are winning, but I don't. What do I know? I don't really know too much what a full advantage looks like. Okay, they're going for the Baron now. They have a lot of space, and only really Kerry is in a position to do anything about it. If they get this, I feel like that's a really big advantage. Oh, oh. Yep, and all of T1 arrive. And the hard work of damaging the Baron goes to T1, I imagine. Wow. Nice, that's the kill. Okay, that was... And did they manage to actually finish Caps here? A couple of T1 have a flash up. Kerry's a little bit too low to do much, but that feels like a big, like, game-shifting moment.
5% HP as well, so they still have a chance. They're actually pinging onto the dragon here. T1's trying to reset. Skew1 already did so, and they're going to TP in on the flag here. Pace is in the area.
So they're now going to try and get the dragon to shift the momentum back a little bit. Did they snipe it? No way. Wow. Wow. So they're a fair bit ahead of gold. They got the Baron. They stole that dragon kill. Wow, okay.
To be fair, yes, Smite has been buffed in this season, but that is a Ziggs on full items, combining the ult with the Q.
That was
in slow-mo, because
that was actually so cool.
That is not a gimme at this stage in the game.
There was a moment, I think it dropped below 1,000, but it was purely for a moment. The timing from Paze.
Paze used a full ult to steal it. I feel like that's something I can try picking up on a little bit. I think there were a couple of times yesterday where I thought, oh, will I actually be able to steal that? And it didn't really work in my favor. But actually committing a full ult to it is probably the move. If you're pretty sure you can get it.
You're probably gonna die. We can watch this one more time. Let's see how low it gets. They're trying to rush it down.
Probably the team with the most stolen objectives. I've had a lot of wow.
It was a split second, and that slowed down, and it was a split second.
I've had a lot of comments telling me about kind of how
I mean, that is just beautifully played there.
kind of how T1 play, and it's like you know, when you're in Valorant and it's a super team and you just know that any of the players could just turn around and make a game-changing play. Like, it feels like they prioritize letting the players let their individual talent flourish, if that's the way of putting it. They may do some weird stuff sometimes, but for the times it works so much better. And then they have Faker to pick up if things go wrong. So all 5 of G2 here are in the center here. Oh, I'm starting to see why it's T1 Circus, yeah.
People will go zone use just a limited additional target. Sometimes people will go GA, sometimes they go BT, sometimes they go QSS. It really is kind of dealer's choice here. But Hansa said, you know what? I am not the one dying. I will play safe.
Yeah, true. Valorant is a much easier
my other members who he believes are more vulnerable. And we'll see if he
it's much easier to carry.
If he never gets caught, this is absolutely a better build. Don't go defense, go full offense, and shred T1.
But I do think some of the time, well, probably not at the top level, but I do think that if you've got someone not as good in your lane, you can start to gain a bit of an advantage that becomes a bit unstoppable.
I think to help out Hansama in these fights, the extra healing he'll get off that if Hansama is untouched will be absolutely monumental, absolutely huge.
For sure.
As now we see again both teams.
Okay. So yeah, Pay's fighting mid now, but you guys said Pay's is playing a more mid character.
We saw them going all the way back to their tier 1s when G2 was stepping forward. We have a minute 30 on Infernal, would be third for T1.
I think also what I found quite cool is that they're flipping between what they can see and how the vision actually looks. Because just playing the game, you don't really get an idea of what kind of vision advantages you have, really. Well, for me, none, because I'm not putting down anything, but...
Man, the pressure in a game like this, playing in an elimination series, endgame scenario, 40 minutes in, you want to be the hero, but you do not want to be the person who missteps a little bit too far and costs your team a game, because you know
the difference
to take
is
down
that Valorant
an
every
as tough
round
as really
resets.
these
Yeah.
games, you got to be on point. You can't give away games for free.
Yeah, I think the thing that I found so surprising is the games can feel really long because there's no, like, I think Valorant games feel long because you play a lot of rounds and you're doing the same thing over and over. Whereas League, it's like, you just play the game and like, all of a sudden, oh my god, 45 minutes is gone and we've just finished the game. Like, you're kind of in the one continuous fight that just keeps building and building and building. So I think if you're really losing and it's your rank on the line, I can see how brutal it can feel. But otherwise, in like an even game, it can feel so engaging the whole time, and your respawn timer is a lot less than overall just being dead and being dead in Valorant between rounds. Oh, they got the Drake for T1 again. So they're now at the same total of dragon buffs, and they lose Doran in the process. Faker's low, so's Ona. Ona goes down. Faker's low. Carry is down. And they lose the buff if they die, right? They might be able to get Skumon there. Ooh, that felt close. Faker's solo. And Caps is hunting for him. Oh, Drake's permanent. Okay. Yes, the Baron buffs that are temporary.
Will escape. Faker will survive, and G2 only will get the Baron out of it.
And now they're going for the Baron.
And some some big outplays on the side of G2.
Also, they're a bit low. No one's in position really to capitalize on them taking damage. Unless... No, not going for it. Okay.
So massively that he couldn't actually close the gap. Then Doran tried to flash in and get spaced completely. T1, the start of this is great. You can see they're going to TP in the backside.
Yeah, I saw earlier that someone said at my level vision's not super impactful, but I think similar to how I've been trying my best to, you know, make good habits. So not just right-clicking, shift right-clicking, A-clicking to check my range, moving to unlocked camera early. I think even if I'm not getting the full value, and it's not as much of an advantage at this point, I think I need to just get as many habits as possible in, and if that's just remembering to use my potions, remembering to use my... Ooh, gold difference. This is the longest one in MSI so far. Interesting. This feels super, well, somewhat back and forth. Yeah, I think it's just, if I have ward up, chuck it somewhere, and then we can see then what gets more useful as we go.
Makes it so much harder.
The CC can't land, it just gets the slow G2 pushing in mid. Doran going to be answered by Hans Summer.
This is true. The camera movement is very different. G2 are getting a lot of progress here.
And Hans has TP, so that's why he's answering.
It's a bit scary. They might even get a second inhibitor.
His teleport, so they can't get the extra man. Dorian is trying to sneak in behind him, but G2 are pushing with this Baron.
Goes in with the slice with the dice, gets the ruthless predator, looking for the
and Doran might die as well. I think this is feeling super G2-sided now.
That looks so easy. I never even saw the stun come out.
I'm not so sure it was going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there with Doran. Something definitely strange.
They're teleporting there.
Now they're TP in.
They have the super minions, and they're enhanced because of Baron.
Only 30 seconds left on that Baron.
They got 2 inhibitors down.
G2 want to end game 1 right here, right now.
And
everyone on the defense. The Nexus Tower is the first target for G2 as the miasma goes down and Caps chases owner out. Caps has that.
That's one of the 2 towers. I think that's going to be a second. They're going for a fight down here, and both die. Yeah, that's GG, right? T1 down. Pays. Finished 2. Oh, cool. That was so cool. I feel like that was super back and forth between who had the advantage there. Like, I feel like there was so many moments that just completely flipped the game. Like T1 sniping the dragon and then thinking, yep, that's a big advantage, and then they completely flip the flip who's winning there. Wow. Okay, cool. Ooh, I think we're seeing, is that Syndra? No, maybe not. She looks a bit like her. In jungle there. I feel like I need to really, okay, it is Syndra. That's a very different position to, because I tried playing her in mid, right? Okay, that'll be something to watch.
So we kind of see that evolution. What else is in the bag for these players? And there are very few players I do trust on the pike. Keria is absolutely one of them. Going to be paired up with that Mel. So back to the mages for back-to-back games. But G2 did get a win, hey. With,
swap at the end. Oh, I see. So you go for an earlier pick to... Can you do that on the ladder, say? Or like in draft? Can you go and basically grab a character ahead of time to swap it? Yes. Okay, cool.
I have a question for you.
I imagine it's probably not relevant when you're playing with randoms, but probably much more relevant when you're playing with with teammates.
Because that's actually pretty big, right? You know, I'm not actually sure how that,
I'm not
works.
sure. I know with Silas, if you seal it, you get 3 orbs, but I don't know exactly with Mel, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually really interested to really hone in on the Syndra gameplay here, because at least it'll be the first of the characters that I've actually played in a game, even though it didn't do too great. It'd be nice to see a bit of it.
And a lot of playmaking here for G2. We have both the Bard as well as the Pantheon that can attack side lanes so heavily. So some great answers to Faker, who's going to be split pushing, you have to assume later on in the Rise. And we are seeing T1 here still giving respect that it could be a Yone top.
Sorry, I won't be able to put the game on the stream, mainly because it's I'm not an official Go streamer. I'd love to be, but also, you know, I first played League at the end of the tournament pretty much. So yeah, we'll see. I'll try the second it starts. I'll have my timer here synced up. We'll see from there. Good morning. It is currently 28 degrees Celsius in this room. In fact, I should actually open my windows a little bit.
They're clearly looking for a lot of playmaking. They're looking for these snappy engages. Poppy is something that can answer those incredibly well, so I think it is an intelligent ban. And T1
maybe should have started with that rather than letting myself heat up. Thanks for the reminder there.
In like Melio jail, right? For a long time it was Lucian Nami, now and then it went to like Lucian Brahma for a little bit.
This game's gonna be bloody interesting.
Kind of seeing the next evolution here.
How likely do we think we'll see similar competition to how it was last time? 17 Celsius. It is currently 28.2 Celsius here. Or does Syndra mid just make it bloody? Is that what it does? Yeah, G2 did win. It was quite the watch. Not that I fully understand what was happening, but it felt like so back and forth.
Teams up really well with the Mel if she can land her serving brilliance and then have the golden eclipse coming down at the same time as the Hound's Pursuit is there for the follow-up. You do so.
Oh, the casters seem to like that.
For Yorick top, man. I hated playing into this when I was doing my Yorick top challenge.
Okay, so I will say, I don't agree.
Yeah, I know you don't. We are entirely on opposite sides of the coin here.
So
is that a spicy pick there?
Is a good match for Yorick, but there are ways to play around it if you're an experienced Yorick player. You literally just do not summon your ult and you make him hold his feast.
Sure.
Because the interaction
okay.
so advantageous.
I feel like
the maiden can be basically one shot by the feast and you get a feast.
I feel like this is going to be a bit of another one of the fun watches.
Players, they don't play it a lot, so they just auto summon it. You can play the lane.
He becomes a massive guy. Okay.
As soon as he feasts, then you can summon your ult. And
first time picked in the tournament.
To actually play with it pre-6. Once you're level 11 and above, the matchup does really start to swing more towards Yorick because Cho'Gath can no longer one-shot it. So I want to see if Doran actually knows the interactions. If you just hit 6 and you summon your maiden insta and you let him have a
I feel like they've given me a treat for the first series I'm gonna watch.
You can win in the 1v1 without your ult. You can just fight, and if he ever uses his ult, then out comes
wow.
now you have that kind of little bit of breathing room.
I feel like I'm gonna need a lot of help once again, but we'll go the whole game start to finish. Gonna get ready to start the timer as soon as it appears. Oh, okay, guys, we are 20 seconds late. That's my pre-warning. Click it a little bit earlier is what I've learned. Wow, a fight happening this early. Okay, I'm going to try my best to pay as much attention to what Caps is doing in this. Yeah, maybe we'll do that instead. Get it to 1 minute, and then the second their timer gets to 1 minute, go. I don't think I can add time. I'm using Google's timer here, so I think we'll just be stuck a little bit behind.
so strong. So I'm going to be really interested to see how this top lane goes.
But I think that's
it was a great
probably
start
fine.
From Doran. Did kind of struggle in the team fights. Some of that is compositional, of course.
So this is the Cho'Gath, is I think what you guys had written as? Okay, Caps versus Faker.
But I'm curious to see, how familiar is he with this matchup? Is he just going to summon the ult and give
the
those
orb
stacks to Broken Blade, or is he going to hold the ult and force Broken Blade if he wants to get stacks to use one on a minion, or hold it for that summoning of the minion?
Yeah, the thing I'm worried about with the stream timer is just a little bit I just want to be careful. I don't want to burn any bridges with Riot.
You might just be dead before the silence.
But yeah, he's
so difficult to escape.
constantly maintaining that distance there.
To dash in, and then you get silence. You go forward. We saw LeBron with a good cosmic binding. T1 support matchup.
To be honest, I'm quite. I feel like in my mind, it's.
Quite a few around. As Owner jumps across the wall here.
I'd really like to get quite good at Syndra, because I really enjoyed it in the Aram game. I feel like she was just really fun to play. Okay, the stun there, and the flash to get away. Completely ready to flash away there. And Faker's a bit low.
And I think Faker had a false sense of security because of that move up, but this is the shared champion pool and the individual champions for each player.
Ooh.
Broken Blade has a lot
The
of
chucking orb there, the W.
The Yasuo, the Malphite, the Warwick, the Yone, a lot of different picks than Doran, who is much more of the kind of standard meta player that you would expect out of a top LCK team. And I do like that Broken Blade has these different styles of champions in his toolkit, and Keria recently passed Faker to become top.
I think
time.
One of the things that maybe playing a little bit more of Syndra would do is force me to play at more distance, because otherwise I die, and that's the easiest way of punishing myself. Getting the Twitch comments that they're chucking through.
Faker will be back out on his way. Gets the CC, a magical journey out of Lebrov will manage to
my general thing, I'm sure all of you know this already, but it's trying my best to do things that pick up the best habits, because even if it makes it a bit harder now and a bit more difficult, it's, I think in general, better to start with good habits.
Caps will maintain a pretty large lead here. There's 3 minions for Faker to get, so he can get to 32, but then there's going to be 5 or 6 for Caps. So he is about 2 waves ahead already. That trade of summoners obviously pretty big, and I think that will draw a lot of attention.
Yeah, tiny gold advantage, but I imagine it's not hugely important at this stage.
Perhaps catch out the fact that we don't have those flashes. And Skewer Lebrov sidesteps it.
Okay. Caps fighting under tower to farm the minions.
Out of Keria. Last time we saw Cho'Gath top was BB, by the way. He played against Whippo's Yorick back in MSI last year. He did lose that game. So hopefully better fortunes for him in this one if you're an EU fan. That series did not go well for G2.
No, it did not. But this one has already gone a lot better, and I have to say,
they got 1 game.
Exactly.
I'm playing completely behind.
Series, right? Where people, I think, were feeling pretty nervous, like, oh god, is this our form? Like, is this our level? Are we
completely behind the minions?
Blasted, and we have the longest game of MSI.
Like, I think here it's. Oh. I think that's dead. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
It is always a masterclass, it feels like, for Keria, and here's the interaction. Doran is not a knower, so he's going to use the ult and give over a freebie.
I feel like I've been in that position, but just against one person in my Syndra game.
Well,
yeah, flashes down and then get joined up.
Stronger later on in the game, so if you actually hold your ult summon, he can't just sit there and never use his ult to get stacks, or he's going to be put way behind the pace of the game. So that forces the Cho'Gath to say, all right, well, am I going to hold it in case he summons a maiden, or am I going to use it on a minion and start getting this?
But I think in general, I'd much rather stick with ADC for the time being, and maybe swap to more Ahri and in my as a mid pick.
Skewer from Carrier. Whistles behind Labrov's ear, doesn't quite find its connection, but good kill overall from T1. Gets Owner ahead on this Neferi, and you can see Faker also moving, thinking about
Faker looking a little bit at mid. Okay, going back.
Caps is going to catch him out. Spots the fact that there is a Rise waiting in that bush, and T1 have a very slight lead, predominantly because of that first blood.
Absolutely is, and Owner was the one who grabbed that first blood. Looked like they kind of wanted to give it to Carrier.
Okay, going back to a 2v2 on bot lane.
With one of his dogs, I do believe.
Oh, and they have all the levels on the side.
Not like you're going to be sad about Neferi getting an early first blood, as this champion really is.
And then this fight continues on.
You are looking to put so much pressure on the back.
Putting the ward down to waste time for the caps there, maybe?
Right, which is where that call to pack becomes so important, and where that interaction that I've been talking about with the feral scream, with that silence, becomes so tough. Because if you try to really ride that
okay, going back, that feels like a really aggressive spot to go back.
Then you may just die without ever being able to use it. And if you
2v1 against Faker.
Well, you can get CC'd up after and potentially die too.
Yeah, it becomes a huge problem if you are caught
Carrier here to help out as well.
For G2 and point and click CC, which I think is very important when you are looking to try and
harder to outplay.
It's much harder to outplay, man. I miss the days when Tarek's Dazzle was just point at the enemy. Okay, you're stunned.
Kind of skill shot.
Yeah, I loved it. In the bottom lane, Pays slightly behind.
Right. So they've either got to deal with the ward there and then, or...
But really the supports haven't been down here, and Pays so consistently when he is playing these majors manages to get these leads.
Or basically cost yourself in so much information.
There's the Bone Skewer, Soulless Nair not connecting, Hans Summer dashing forward as they look for the Realm War behind, Magical Journey out. G2 will manage to extract themselves.
Yep, gonna be A-okay here. This is Pays on Mages 3-0.
Still thinking about the dragon. The Void Grubs have spawned as well.
On the Ziggs was taken down there by G2. As Faker did use that Realm Warp early, and T1 were hoping to get a pick into the dragon because they did not get the pick. And Faker has to go back.
Yeah, Cap's staying so far back.
Minions, they decide, you know what, we actually can't spend the time to claim the dragon now, so they are forced back by that disengage.
Oh my god. And wow, that was a great kill.
It's Hell in a Cell, and G2 are winning.
Nicely played there by G2, looking for a play up towards that top side. Doran tries to use the cage.
Back to farming. Faker getting a bit of distance.
There to get him. Really, the only thing I think Doran maybe could have done is there's
playing really under tower here.
Where it fully blocks off thing and it can mess up pathing.
And they're getting T1s going for the grubs.
Pretty hard to escape 3 members.
I don't think Owner's really going to get it unless Carrier and Faker jump over.
One of these grubs don't have the smite on Owner, but will manage to take it, so it will be a 1-for-2 grub exchange as Broken Blade.
Interesting. So there's 3 different.
Pays and Carrier have been swapped up to that lane. Summer's going to be left to his own devices against the Yorick down in
3 different separate mini objectives, really.
Back up and just trying to get to level 11, where that Maiden cannot just get one shot there. Well, it's not true one shot, but close to one shot by the feast, close enough that it doesn't really matter.
Oh, that's a place to go back.
I did go between the minions, which I think does show just how good Carrier is at the pick, managing to weave it through that, but Broken Blade didn't step too far forward.
Yeah, there's a lot of like just sitting at your range here and just kind of baiting them into going a little bit forward, which is something I completely miss at this stage, and I probably take the bait too much.
It is tough at times for sure. And you get 6 of those.
Okay, so you get an extra.
The minions, and then of course you can get it on epic monsters, dragons, barons.
Oh, and there's another one of those aggressive wards again.
If you do get that last hit, so going to be trying to stack that up as best he possibly can. Already up to 4 stacks. So I love when Cho'Gath players are just pressing the button. Like you shouldn't just sit there and wait for this like potential all-in that might come. You need to get stacks. It is so much of your power later on. You're not only increasing the range, but also, of course, based on the health that you're gaining, it is increasing.
It's a little bit of a,
which is making it more likely to get those subsequent stacks. And they are sending 3 top here again, potentially looking to try to punish.
A little bit of an advantage, but nothing too big. That feels like that's a tower that they're going to get. And they're basically going to trade tower for tower, bot versus top. T1 getting a dragon there's pretty good.
on towards that
Can
top
eat
side.
Yorick's wife.
They absolutely did. Yorick, of course,
I feel like I saw that there earlier, and I have no idea what that really means.
Still racing for this, so let's see who's going to win it. I think it is going to be T1, but it's going to be close. I mean, T2 got back on that tower faster, so it looks like they might actually win.
The Sheen last rights can do quite
I know it gets massive.
helping as well, of course. It's going to be incredibly close between these
Generally,
two.
Purple Void at short-term power.
So
Oh, who's going to get the tower? Boom. 1 and 2.
Just 2 seconds too late.
Yeah, interesting. It's like...
all that counts. And they're able to get it. You know, you can see Owner wasn't 100% confident.
Feels like it's like trading queens here.
All right, down there, try to give a little bit of assistance. They do get that first tower gold, which is pretty nice, and just about all the difference in the gold.
Like in chess. Sorry, I should really explain where my brain's going with that. Like, yeah. Oh, first tower gives slightly more gold. Okay, so it is actually quite important.
Faker has to use the ghost here. Temper Fake comes out, and with the ghost, he can very quickly sidestep that.
Oh, so spawns.
It is cool seeing the T1 logo from the bar just like splash on the ground beside
okay.
the T1 legend himself. I mean, Faker has what? I think it's something like...
And is that just a general direct counter pick, or is that... Like, is that intentional based on how... Like, kind of lore between the two characters, or is that just what happens to happen between... between just the way the abilities interact?
So we did get the one feast off the maiden, but even without
one feast off the maiden. Okay, he got one.
It doesn't really matter because they haven't really been laning that much against each other. And Doran closing in here on a level 11, so we'll see if BB can one-shot that one more time.
So is this one of those situations where kind of like
the maiden later in the game starts getting pretty tanky. It becomes difficult to actually
kind of like in
up with those
hello, Brain? Kind of like how in the documentary everyone was saying, oh, Faker would pull out like the weirdest champions that no one expected. Is that kind of this play? Like, the main idea of it is just to catch T1 off guard a little bit. Oh, that was close.
It's actually the crystalline over goat.
I feel like it's still a little bit risky of a recall, but actually, no one can really get there. Oh. Does Carrier live here? Oh, that's death.
Summer comes in to secure the kill. A lot of gold. 2 Han Summer there as Skewmond and Owner butt heads in the river. And both of them able to escape the flash from Skewmond enough to keep him alive.
That's a risky recall as well.
Solo kill for Carrier, but of course, Caps was very low.
I do really like that we get these flips between vision, what they can actually see. Oh, well, that's a good kill. And Skewmond's definitely going to die here, right? And then can they also? Wow. Oh, almost. That was really cool. The way that they went off of Carrier dying to end up then with getting 3 at a little bit later point.
Yeah, Faker looks so good
and top is still pretty even.
Just so proactive, right? You know, just
that
getting
was
busy on the map here, moving around with T1. They're looking for
I think a really good set of fights, but Carrier dead. Owner's fighting and Lebrov's gonna come and mess things up. Ooh. Oh, okay, Caps does die. Broken Blade is massive. What?
But it's not enough, even with the ghouls chasing him out. Broken Blade will heal up.
Trying and succeeding.
Wow.
To survive
okay.
On that top side
that feels like quite a big set of exchanges.
Gets the movement speed though, and will just walk away. I don't think Skewmond and Lebrov would have had enough damage to take down Faker easily.
Yeah, when people get on her, she dies.
Doesn't have the Rod of Ages complete as of yet, but probably has enough in his inventory.
Because I think whilst Ashe doesn't really have a get out of like big movement ability, she does slow them, which kind of does the same job.
I mean, Owner is so strong right now. He already has the Cyclo Sword. He's closing in on a second item. And when he gets it, he is going to be
so what's the benefit of being bigger? Does that like increase attack range, or is it just like a HP build?
Obviously, you can side as much as you want, but that's only going to do so much.
Yeah, and the ultimate gets her out.
Great dodge with the call of the pack as Broken Blade tries to step forward onto Faker.
This feels like a big fight. Doran's super low. I think Doran dies there. Yeah. Faker getting a bit of distance from the side, but I think G2 get this objective.
Yeah, that was really well played there by G2. They just kind of came in and they split up T1. They push back Faker as well as Doran.
Okay, so it's big old HP buff. And also, yeah, I guess you can physically block.
Time to actually get over to the wall and flash to safety over the wall. So instead he had to flash into the pit, but T1 couldn't force their way through on the other side, but they will look for a play of their own.
Okay, but they get the dragon for the other objective. Unless Lebrov has something to say about it. Okay, Smite finishes it.
But it is Ocean, which definitely not the one that T1 are hoping for. They're a relatively squishy team. Ocean not going to do much for champions like Nefiri and Mel and Pike, but any soul is a valuable soul.
Carrier jumping caps. And Faker's there too. Wow. That feels like such a cool link up between these two.
Like he's showing you all the combos here, just beautifully done.
And then going back.
There is E and then ulting on behind you, which teleports you to them, making the E undodgeable. Then you're stunned. The bone skewers are. That
was really good.
That's undodgeable too. It's just so clean, so precise.
Okay. Cho'Gath's going and pushing the bottom. That's a lot of damage to the tower.
Trying to get some gold back on.
And do the minions finish it?
He is the big advantage for
yes, they do.
He has got to be the guy who is creating space for those carries, getting into the mix, but you don't want to overextend because this champion is so slow, so low on mobility.
Faker gets a tower in response. Faker might die here. Yeah, I think. I don't see how he lives. Just trying to get a bit of damage. But in return, do they get... Ooh, that's a really rough fight. Okay, that's not gone well. And Caps is now here.
It looked like it might be going bad for G2, but he lands a silence across two members, and they just burst.
Do they get the mid tower here?
With the feast and the feral scream and all the damage coming through, and pretty much just got a double kill there. And now Broken Blade up to 8 stacks already, 1,500 gold.
Silas can steal ultimate abilities,
and he is not going to be an easy champion to take down. Yes. T1 will have a lot of damage as you get later on.
Who am I rooting for? I really don't know. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but in general with pros, I tend to, like, for example, in Valorant, I tend to like the European teams because, well, I am European, but at the same time, T1 and Faker is what I've learned about in my my learning about the pros, so I kind of am a bit split. I think ultimately I just want to see a good game between them.
T1 playing towards that top side. G2, a lot of members down here, but the dragon is not up. Someone's got to go.
But I will say the main reason, my original plan was to start with the game tomorrow, but I really wanted to, if there was a risk that T1 wouldn't get through this round, I really wanted to see T1 play.
Is stealing away the
at least live, that is.
So tit for tat across the map here as both teams staying active and trying to find a window to punish their opponents.
The push comes in from T1, and with the grub damage, the tower will fall. Faker walks in to make sure it does. As the mid-tier 1 taken for T1. They're third in the game, only 2 for G2 right now.
See, I was a Fnatic fan for Valorant when they had their I don't remember what year it was, but the year where they basically won so many of the things. That was so fun to watch.
As a second item, so that is a bursty build.
That's a big ooh.
That is an ooh, because if you get silenced as carrier or owner, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I thought you would just keep going past my ooh.
It was such an emphatic ooh.
And I think, in general,
the fact this Infinity Edge has been bought.
Purely for
it's ooh worthy, in my opinion.
I agree. And,
purely for the idea the European team could do quite well and help develop the European space. I'd I'd want G2 to do well. What I like in Valorant is a lot of the time you have a good mix of teams and power between them. Obviously, it's a lot more skewed here, but yeah, so I'm a little bit mixed.
Faker still pushing bot for now.
Ultimately, this is my first game, and I think it's more important to watch games and get a feel for. Ooh, G2 feel like they have a big momentum advantage here.
Still waiting to see if he can come across with the temper fate hitting, and pays with no escape. BB on a rampage.
And is that Una dead as well? Not quite. Carrier trying to defend the tower with Faker. Okay, they saved the tower at this stage, but that's a lot of ground. T1 have the advantage in buffs, but I think Baron's going to be a real big shift. Big shift here.
It was dead even just a
yeah, they're hitting it down now.
Now it is going to be an over 2.5k gold lead here for G2.
Like I feel like that a couple of minutes ago they had a super advantage fight, and now this kind of seals the deal. But they are T1 are getting the dragon alongside, so it's not everything. But that's another tower going down.
They are, especially for Doran and maybe Pays.
And yeah, look at how far back Caps is playing. Like, I think the problem as well was I saw the minion line as my front line, but actually playing even behind that.
And T1's desperation has turned into G2's dessert. Caps comes across, Ona out from the unleashed power, a realm about, and Faker the scream. Not quite
so what does the Soul Dragon do?
Some earbuds in or something.
He's going to be able to get out of there, but still, that is not.
But yeah, all of G2 are really defending that bottom area. Not even trying to stop T1 from getting any ground there and sneaking the dragon.
Broken Blade is just comically tanky at this point. Scumon's behind Pays.
Has to flash away from the Temper Fate. TP coming in from Broken Blade as T1 are very much on the back foot. They've been hit by a jab and a haymaker. Can they get back on the camper? Because right now, it's looking like G2 with
different
this
buffs
Baron
depending on which soul.
So
So this one will be regeneration. Interesting. Oh wow, look at that difference. That feels huge, right?
Count T1 out, but this game is starting to look very, very grim for them. Doran has been completely useless on this Yorick. Really put down and not able to do anything in these team fights, and they just can't get past the Cho'Gath. I mean, look at him, he's just standing in their face, tanking all the damage while tower after tower dies. Doran's still
that thing is huge.
In the court-based gold grind, massive lead for
Gonna eat a tower at this stage.
But T1 at least clear out that wave and buy some time for Doran to get some towers.
And they're going back. How long's the dragon got on it? I guess we can't see at this stage.
And a big spike for Faker is going to be coming. He's at 8 stacks on the Roa. He's almost 15. He's going to slingshot to 16.
Actualizer soon as well.
Game is over at this point.
And that would be very, very important. But you can see 3 items done for Hans, 3 items done for Caps. Broken Blade miles ahead of where this Yorick is. They have the damage to follow it up, and they have the playmaking.
Oh yeah, top left we have the timers. It's quite a lot.
They have the ability to deny a lot of what T1's carries want to do. This Fed Cho'Gath
it feels like G2
issues because you can't ignore him or he'll kill you if you just walk into melee range of him. If you spend the whole fight kiting, well, Caps and Hans and Skewmon are going to
just got something stuck in my my throat there, sorry about that. But yeah, it feels like G2 are just going to try and push their advantage right now and prevent them from getting much ground at this point.
Small sliver of hope. In 2 minutes, Ocean Soul. If they can win a fight around that, get the soul, they start to get back into the game. I don't think it's a game-winning fight, but it's very much a first step on the ladder towards success.
It's something that
they're just going to defend that bottom side, aren't they?
Earlier, I don't think it's the best soul for their comp, but any soul has a lot of value, period. The difficulty is 50-50 should not go in your favor against level 3 Feast.
True.
You know, that is really, really hard. And the 5v5s have just looked tough for them. So They need to find a way to get in to claim vision, but when you're
That's
looking
one
at the
going
map
back.
right now, this is just nothing. The furthest
Two going
wards
back.
for T1 are back here. Like, that's kind of what they got, right? They have no vision outside of their base on the dragon side of the map. So instead, they might just use the pressure of that soul to say, all right, we're going to make a play elsewhere. We'll send maybe 2-3 top, try to overload, force for an inhib, force for
they're not really controlling the area where the
because
dragon is
I
anymore.
just don't know how they're going to actually get over to that dragon realistically.
I very much agree. Incredibly hard for them as the bot steps forward. Bone Skewer just short of clipping him. Owner does manage to take away the Gromp. G2 will push up through the top side. Baron also up in about 90 seconds time.
Okay.
Well, you can see Skumon moving bot. They're actually pinging assist down towards that Yorick. They're going to go with Hans and Skew and try to pick off Doran.
Doran wisely backs away.
He's backing up.
I have seen Yorick's outplay. I will say.
I guess the question is, do they...
A 2.5 item Pantheon and a 3 item Lucian would be tricky.
It's a tough outplay.
That would be tricky.
I think that puts you more in the realm of misplay that you're hoping for.
Yeah.
But it can happen for sure. I mean, if you ignore the ghouls, if you ignore the maiden, they put out a lot of damage. York does have those abilities to make some magic happen in a side lane.
Yeah, it does feel quite rough, doesn't it?
You can see T1 still not getting over there, so I think the call is just to
Minions are making good ground, but yeah, they just need to make their way to the soul, but it's going to spawn, well, now, and it looks like two of them are just going to go for it.
Potentially, he was definitely nervous that more members were coming.
Yeah, Owner is coming across here to see perhaps if he can find a steal. Quarter of the pack will jump him out of any CC possibilities, but in the end,
they didn't manage it.
The Ocean. The gold lead after the Baron push was 5k, now down to 4.2.
Are they able to counter with the Baron, maybe? If it's the Baron spawning?
A big fight in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and the question just becomes, does the game actually get better for you as you go further on? I kind of feel like it does not, but that does not mean that T1 can't find an outplay, because of course, everything goes out the window when Pays, and Keria one-shot Hans or one-shot Caps, right? But, if G2 do get good vision down, do have Broken Blade being that kind of first
5 seconds left.
I think it is
there it spawns.
For these playmakers on T1 to just walk through the choke.
Stepping forward here. Darking Daggers almost connect. Faker with the damage. Didn't pop the actualizer. Now does have it completed.
Yep, and he has 16.
4 of them are in the area.
Almost 17 now at this point. So Faker definitely, you give him an angle under your carries, he could take them down, but Skumon just completed the GA. And Feast, great for securing objectives. So if G2 wants, it's not a 50-50. They could go over here, secure vision, try to force T1 to come to them, and look for a smite.
Getting a bit of damage on it already.
And that is exactly what they're trying to do. They want Doran to TP at the very least.
Doran still pushing through the bot side right now. Broken Blade pulled back.
They're thinking about it.
The Baron pit. Keria there, Grand Starfall towards the backline as they go for Owner.
Oh, Lebrov could die. Okay, goes back. Yeah, I think this is game from this.
TP, but too late to save anyone. Another knockup, another Doran death as G2 find 2 around the Baron.
I think this is done here.
Digging his own grave this game time and time again as G2 making it.
I don't think they.
And Lebrov has been catching everyone.
I think with the advantage, and they've gotten the last 2 objectives.
Means that it is just lights out for T1.
Short of some miracle snipe here.
But this is not a 50-50. I just don't see it happening.
I mean, Broken Blade is the one marking him, so if Owner could get past BB towards the Baron, it would have been, but G2 do secure their second of the game.
They got a turret in response, question mark? But I don't think it's gonna... Yeah, don't think it's gonna go.
On Caps before he took that wave. But look at the advantage now for G2. The Soul has been stopped. The second Baron has been taken.
So, I imagine now the only real play is hold back, hope they overextend, trying to finish the game and get kills. If you can wipe them, that might bring a little bit more advantage, but I imagine it's done.
Keria is 3 levels down on Lebrov, so in the best of times, it's hard to play Pyke in the late game. In times like this.
Bone Skewer onto Broken Blade, Rupture coming down. There's a Solar Snare for the
Can they get him here?
From the side, trying to machine gun down.
Probably not. The support's there.
There's only one big dog here. Is Broken Blade going to force him away? The Temper Bay is the backline.
Wow.
G2 pounce.
Well.
Pays brings out a golden eclipse, but there's only darkness for T1.
Yeah, so
is forced away, and the
So really, a lot of this game was decided in the draft phase.
Match point here. Carrier is trying to cut the wave, but they still have the Baron cannon. G2 just have to defend.
Picking a rogue pick did enough for that. GG's.
The Hound's pursuit does nothing against G2.
Wow.
It is one
Wow.
from glory, one away from their first best of 5 win against T1 in 7 years. G2
so
are on the cusp of victory.
Yeah, I think that's so cool that there can be such rogue picks. And so now, yeah, it's I could go change my we'll stop the timer. I'll get this to a minute so we can time it better. But for now, I can do this. Wow.
I feel so smart.
That's the first game felt really even. This one felt a little bit too one-sided there. Who's your favorite character so far from lore in the game? I won't go too into what I've seen, but for lore-wise, in general, I think Kindred. The cinematic I know most about is the Still Here one, and I think it's so interesting. Like all the conversations I was having in the comments whilst watching, I think Kindred's so interesting. Then for we're getting the picks here, but then for Arcane, I really like what I've seen from Vi so far. I'm at the end of I finished episode 3, and I'm blown away. I think so far they've done such a good job with her character development. So that's where I'd put from Arcane so far. And then in terms of the game, I really like playing Ashe. She's been my favorite to play so far. So yeah, those are my gave her 3 favorites there. Yeah, I'd be interested, you guys that are here, who are your favorites? Lore, game. Probably don't tell me about Arcane. I want to keep that as spoiler-free as possible.
If you're not going to be willing to actually grab that for yourself immediately, you're not necessarily going to be willing to give it away. And we'll see where T1 wants to take us, because they're the ones with the pressure now, and G2 has had the creative answers. It feels like they have been better.
Thresh, Lysandra.
Draft, and pressure is on. T1 at home.
Yasuo, Caitlyn, Briar. Now, unless there's another person called Caitlyn, I think I've also met Caitlyn in Arcane. Jhin, Orianna, Kai'Sa, Mordekaiser, Aatrox. Man, I love how... I love the fact that it's not everyone going with the same favorites here. I love that there's such a big mix.
Would go towards the Skarner. That has been something that a lot of pros do really like. Because
am I rooting for T1? Somewhat. I don't think I'm at this stage rooting for either. In my mind, really, I'd want either of these two to go the way, just because I'm European. I like when Europe and in general my nationalities and things do well. Don't talk to me about the World Cup. But also T1's the team I've learnt the most, so I also want to see, the legend of Faker continue and the team around it. So for me, to be honest, I wish these two would be in the final facing off. But I also know nothing about the other teams, so it's swings and roundabouts, I guess.
But I will say, when you early pick Sylas, you ensure the other team is not picking Alistar and Malphite and like anything that's crazy, right? And so, yeah, Chains of Corruptions is a good pick tool, but
what I read was
it's not the same.
Yeah, the next there's a Hall of Legends coming up, and people were thinking that it might be Caps as the next one, because you had one from Korea, one from one from China, and next maybe Europe, America, that kind of thing.
That MSI back in, when was the 2-3? Was that 24? Back in 2024.
Yeah, I love such a mix of characters they like playing, champions they like playing, champions they like in the lore. So, any weird picks so far? Anything quite exciting?
In a matchup where if you make a mistake, you could die, right? It's not just going to be a 5 CS advantage. If you are making mistakes, you can cost your team the game because this Yasuo could snowball. I am curious though, are we going to see things, banned out here that are going to be enablers for the Yasuo?
So, they banned Caitlyn. No, we're not going to see a Caitlyn game.
Are they worried about a potential like Yasuo Yone? Are they worried about more?
Are you going to watch the BLG HLE? Potentially. Originally my plan was to watch the games from tomorrow onwards because they are much better time for me. I started the stream at maybe, how long have I been going? 2 hours, and it is currently 9. So I started roughly at 7 o'clock, which is doable, 7 AM, but yeah, quite early.
Imagine if we had Fearless here.
So are we praying that the T1 win this purely because that means we might see Ashe Ashe in the one previously, or the next game rather?
To try and remove some of Rob's agency,
whether it's Rel or Recon or whatever. I feel like it's dealer's choice. It's which one are you most worried about? And they are also going to be considering, like, okay, what 2v2 are we considering? And which support would both help the Yasuo and be most annoying with the Varus? So T1 obviously going to be considering a lot of.
Yeah, also interesting that the bans are sequential. It's not just ban all at the start and then see where things go. See you soon.
Flash wild growth with Broken Blaze Yasuo just out of range of getting the last breath.
And in T1C, you're thinking about, oh my god, G2 has been
5 games.
The Skarner, now we have the Cho'Gath. If you're thinking about, okay, we want to be playmakers, we want to get in there with Yasuo and Silas and Gnar and look for big plays. Well, Polymorph is pretty darn annoying.
Special tournament draft got you.
Types of angles. We're not going to see the Blitz blind. I just don't believe it.
I don't either.
But it would be fun if we did see it, but I just don't believe it.
Is that Misfortune?
Much more sense. Caps has a absolutely
I realize I don't really know. Could also just be a mage with ginger hair. Does Misfortune have glasses? Having played her in the tutorial alone, it's not the most. Okay, Aurora.
It's going to be a difficult pick for them because not top laner, sorry, support. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting if we ended up with some kind of draft in Valorant. I think it's very possible because we're ending up with more and more agents. Even like agent rotations, something like that, would be interesting to see.
The oh so famous Malzahar series with Faker, in tiers on stage. After that, that is an iconic moment. And G2 has never.
Okay, so finally the support.
There is kind of these two things, working here.
So any proper ADCs in this that I want to look out for?
T1 never really,
or are we in another one of the mage games?
I mean, so here's the thing: T1 could win this game and then G2 win, and we still fulfilled the T1 never gets
reckon T1 that loves and lore and have special interactions. Cool.
So we see the Renata locked in finally for G2.
Renata seems like a really good pick here. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, when you are looking over and you are seeing Silas, Lee Sin,
okay, both are
Gnar,
proper ADCs.
I mean,
Cool.
Team fight, let's be honest, he's gonna be mega. And then
yeah, not sure.
You're looking at 3.5.
Genuinely no idea what either of them do, but we'll have a watch. Look out for their. Look out for what they do. Either of them match somewhat my playstyle, or in general are ADCs much closer.
Cho'Gath with the silence for the playmakers in game 2. In game 3, we come in Renata, Skarner. It's all about denial.
Cypher, if it's your style of gameplay, a bit more difficult, but seems to be right up.
I like the kind of,
oh,
I don't know, whatever you want to call it, the theme of the draft.
I feel like that Mayhem game is like a complete blur in my mind. I had no idea what was happening. So yeah, I guess I did play him. Oh yeah, because we got so lucky at the end, managing to end up with an ADC.
explosive engage from Faker or Carrier or Doran Gragas or someone, right? And
Oh, yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
like,
the big
we're
bullet that
trying
you
to
charge up and it goes
really
further.
stop that.
Got you. Okay. I'll get ready to start the timer the second mine gets to 1 minute. Yeah, 30 seconds might have been a better move, but I didn't want to risk being behind again after doing this.
In the early game. And there's a counter ward coming out from Faker towards the enemy Razors. Both junglers going to start on the top side of the map. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Owner do the 3 camp into reset into longsword and then go back down to bot. We often see that on the Lee Sins as LeBron and Hans Summer try to
58, 59, 1 minute.
We haven't talked
Okay.
a ton about is the
I think I'm maybe like a second behind. At most, so I think we're okay.
One of our biggest questions coming in is, are you good enough to hold up in the 2v2 against
These
Pace
will
and
play
Carrier,
a
who
auto
have the
attack
ability to make
based
so
Varys.
many
Okay.
of the world's best players look silly, right? And it just hasn't even been a conversation point because it has not been about the 2v2.
That's a little bit scary.
Loyalty program doesn't get him, but they do manage to take a couple of autos out of him. There was a heal used on the side of G2 and Carrier hits the Gleaming Quill, so that will heal Pace back up. He's only gone through one of his potions so far.
Yasuo and Super Galaxy Gnar.
Soraka, where when you hit a Q, not only
Oh, I see. They're the skins ahead of it. Got you.
A third of a potion every time, and he just hit 2 in a row, so that's plus 100 health there for Pace, which means he gets to hold on to his potion, no problem. Owner very early up towards top.
So,
they feel like they need to
yeah,
get
nothing
involved.
super major, I think, happening here.
Not being level 3 makes it pretty tough.
Ooh.
We talked about the possibility.
Yeah, I feel like the exciting fights will happen at the bottom in general. To start with. Oh, never mind. You know what? I spoke way too soon. Is that first blood? Surely, right? Yeah, nice. First blood. Yeah, get a kill. A little bit low, so just heading back.
He was able to avoid some of the skill shots coming in from Doran, avoided the boulder toss, didn't just dash into the wallop that was pre-pressed there by
Wow,
Doran.
that's a really nice
really nice
way of doing things. Yeah, not putting on skins just to show you can. In general, I quite like I think once I'm like super committed to a game and I'm into it, then I think skins are fun. I don't tend to get too many. Like, I tend to like look and I'm like, yep, that's my favorite skin. Get that, and then then basically run that only. But yeah, it's super important to, in general, you don't need to spend, unless a game costs money, obviously. But in a game like this, you don't need to. You get skins. You get skins if you want to get skins.
It is always a weird spot when you have 600 gold, which I'm assuming that's what he based with, because he goes coal refillable, right? Oh, Pays.
Yeah, like it's. I think in general, wow, what a shot there! Is that max range for his skill there? But yeah, I quite like in general free-to-play games just because there's such a low, like, there's no cost entry. And especially like when you're younger, you don't want to go and buy a game out. You can go and actually play it for free, and then if you want to do more, you can. And if you can't do more, you can still play it and have similar experience. Unless it's pay to win, but still, pay to win are also okay. That gives lots of free skins. I don't know. Where's my free skins in Valorant? Get a couple of classics, but.
Does take him down, and then the reactive flash, even though the bailout was quick, the bailout doesn't matter if you die because you're not going to do.
Oh wow, more than 150. Because another thing in general is, if suddenly I stop liking the game, that's a different story. But how is the value of things like battle passes, for example? Already have a skin? Oh, okay. Well, we'll take that, I guess.
around the same time. Is that's a good? I think. BB's going to hit 6 off the next minion, and Doran expecting that didn't want to get caught out.
Well, Doran got his E interrupted, and he could go for Q flash.
Wow, that is a lot of skins. And this is a good fight. Yep, almost. Nice. I feel like I'm just here supporting cool looking kills.
Top gap. Doran gets
Because I don't buy battle passes in Valorant, for example. I had 1 or 2 early on because it's nice to get a nice collection of skins early on.
So he got interrupted there. Then he just kind of panicked, got nervous, had to flash early, and then
Wow, quite a bit of a level advantage up at the top here.
Massively ahead, 600 gold up after you got a 3-camp gank from your jungler. That is a disaster class from Doran. And G2 up
1847 rather.
They look for Lebrov, and Lebrov will fall. Skumon trying to contest with only his support. The blade there for the root. Skumon needs the
Can they get? They can't get Skumod. And he's going back. Can these two cut off Hand Summer though?
They do get them off the dragon though, so that is going to mean the early Ocean Dragon that is so effective, T1 not able to actually get. So G2 do go over there, cost them a...
I also think though they stop the dragon. So worst, not the best. Having one of the biggest games in the world kind of gives them the ability to give much more stuff for free. Whereas a game that some games that have much smaller player bases, only a certain percentage of people spend money, and only a certain percentage of people spend a lot of money. So some games really need to put more stuff pay-gated to support. So are the skins in the Battle Pass generally player specific? Character specific? Are they do you get what's effectively premium skins? Because I know in Valorant they make their own. They give random.
There've been questions as to whether his performance is of higher caliber enough to be on G2, and now after the HLE loss that was so
they could be a little bit careful there. It is 2v1. I don't know if you know it's a 2v1. I assume you know now.
As we see the handshake coming back, grand entrance there as well. Featherstorm.
This looks like a bit of ground for... Ooh, massive shield that he just gained. Oh, can Carrier get this? Carrier might die. Okay, no. Paze needs to back up. Getting a bit of damage through on his way out.
And they show up big time when they need it most.
Okay.
Did his flash come up after he died? Was it that tight? I really want to see that.
So it's one of those. Take a look. If it's a character you play and a character you quite like, you can go for it. Oh, lovely kill for Carrier there. And we're bit of an advantage. So gold is very similar, but Ocean Drake was gone by T1 and tiny gold advantage. So I think net advantage for T1 here.
Here it is one more time. Paze and Hans, both level 6, gets the pull through. Really nice start. And then in comes the handshake. They don't have it for the disengage. As soon as that is used onto Paze, Carrier says, "You can't stop me now." Goes in immediately. I love how Paze plays the wall there the whole time because it's all about getting the damage down and then flashing out before he can get the reset on the bailout. So he gets all of his damage down,
to
highest tier. So he can flash over. Then we see there from
G2 got grubs, so objectives are even. And the gold, that's such a little advantage in gold. There's an advantage in kills, so there might be a little bit of a level advantage. They need to be careful here. Ona needs to maybe push in and save them. Okay, the fight. ADC died. Yeah, that hasn't gone well at all. So I think that's a bit of a shift in the advantage again. I think for this map, or this specific game, I'm supporting T1 just because I think the loggy game's more exciting.
Broken blade, can he land? Doesn't go for the sweeping blade in the end. Doran forced away again. Does have.
And I would say I like to support underdogs, but G2 are the underdogs going into this, right?
Like, he is winning in the 1v1, but do you want to get him out on the map? Do you want to play around that next Drake in 3 minutes time? They have got 3 grubs, so all the time that BB has alone in that top lane is advantageous to him.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I think it's going to be up to BB and when he thinks he can no longer punish. Carrier tries to go.
I think one of the main things I'm learning here is also I feel like they're using also far more abilities on the minion waves than I am in general. I think I worry a little bit too much about my cooldowns, and I need to just commit to things. It's much better to use an ability that I didn't 100% need than not use the ability and then die because I didn't have it, then not use it and just get really behind on value. Oh, Carrier with that flank there, I think. Oh, that fight felt really close. Still don't really know which way this is. Okay, G2 really won through that. Do you have any friends that play leagues? Not really, to be honest. I have some that play Smite, but I've never played Smite myself. This was my first MOBA, which I think shows, I think. T1 top 2 to 3 and G2 top 4 to 5. Can bet on them via pick'ems. Yes, there were pick'ems in Valorant, so familiar with that. But for now, I mean, I have no judgment. I guess we could go and send it, but isn't it generally ahead of the tournament that you lock it in? Can Valorant join? Oh, and League's great. She just looked at me like, what do you mean? What do you mean League's great?
They are finding things. Last time we saw G2 T1 were able to eke their way back into the game. But it can be a struggle.
Skills on 1, 2, 3 and ult on 4. Yeah, that's fair.
He really has.
I feel the thing I find is like my brain goes WSD, WSD.
You have Gnar going mega.
But yeah, sometimes like I respawn and hit W just because I'm like, okay, I need to walk out spawn, but you know, we're getting there.
Who has the impale, all this AoE CC, all the damage that can come in from caps, and Pays, you're relying on him.
They Carrier heading back. I think that was Carrier.
As well. So you are relying on one of these picture-perfect engages that we know that Owner and Doran and Carrier.
And yeah, a lot of lane switching once again.
They haven't really been able to find them so far in this series. G2 has just had great answers.
I guess it's a lot of trust that, well, you know your team will swap with you, whereas probably well, definitely at my level, that's just not going to happen. It's too complicated. Okay, fighting the Drake. They might get Broken Blade here. Yeah, I think they do. So that's a bit of an advantage going into the Drake fight.
G2 unlikely to take the fight. A handshake. Okay, good deal. You can have that one. You took our
Be a little bit careful there, Carrier, because Handsummer might come and attack too. But yeah, that's a Drake for them. It's a bit of a gold disadvantage, but an advantage with the Drakes.
And that was a bit of a risky position that Broken Blade was in. He did have the flash, he had the wind wall, so
in my mind, T1 are a little bit behind here.
Come in behind them, punish T1 as they went for that dragon, but there's a lot of mobility on this T1 roster. The ability to chase down with the quickness, with all of the dashes.
Is that something that, say, in probably not in my game, but in ranked maybe would be something that you see? So is that something useful to my game somewhat soon? That was a nice kill. A little bit of a hit from the tower there for Pays, but works out. Around gold plat, so quite a while away.
The hostile takeover lands, but only onto Faker and Owner. Pays not auto attacking his teammates. In the end, T1 able to defend for now. Pays with a good blade caller. A TP behind. Skewmon now on the back foot. Ishtal's impact.
And can they get Skewmod here? Caps is quite low as well. I think this is a very much one fight.
With the Impale only lands it onto one, and Faker very happily will be pulled into his grasp. T1 with
And I think they get the tower.
on the bot lane fight.
It's been about Pays and Carrier for so much of this year for T1, and when
Okay,
they
not
need
quite.
them most, they are
And they head back.
stepping up. Absolutely. Owner and Faker being
Okay,
active.
swapping's very common,
Pays
so
onto
probably
items,
something I need to think a little bit about in my own games, but
one time, one mistake on the flank, lost his
mostly-
lost his life, and that prompted T1 to go right back at him.
mostly
Because
work on
without that flash,
just
it is
improving
so
my game.
difficult to escape from those situations. And now Doran going to be able to get back in this off that tower. He's up 300 gold. Pays with a nice lead in this game. Going back ever so slightly in T1's favor. They have the dragons. They have a tiny gold lead, and we'll see what they can do with it.
Okay.
The 2K deficit
Yeah,
that
it's
T1 were in has
what I'm
gone.
really enjoying is there's so much, like the game's super complicated, but equally, at least I've found to start playing it, it's gone okay. I was going in, I was really worried that I'd get 100% bodied every game and there'd be nothing in it. I think that's in our future, but we've had a bit of a start with some of that magic, and some of the first games with players, we also had a bit of that magic come through as well. So that's quite nice to see.
A really high damage build here. He's going Sork boots, and we're assuming that could be even a Shadow Flame second. He's looking for burst, and there are some squishy members over on the T1 side. If he can catch Pace,
Okay.
is that strong member. Yes, you have the Xyle. Yes, you have tools. But
G2 going for,
Aurora just needs one combo
I
and
don't
you
remember
are
what that's
on,
called,
or at least you're
but
so low that you're out of
Baron
range.
slot,
G2 just trying to force this.
and I think they just get it. They're going to try. Owner's thinking about sniping it, and blue team get it.
T1 unable to find purchase in a way they wanted to start that fight off, and G2 don't really need to
Herald,
force it.
nice.
Yeah, T1 we're trying to delay because the hijack is just back up right now. So
Yeah, it felt okay. Like, we had a couple of games where it felt a little bit impossible. I mean, the first game with players that felt impossible was a 4v5, so that was fine. Then one of them felt completely impossible, and the draft game was rough, but went okay. And we're constantly learning, which is great. Get the Eye of the Herald, you can spawn it for your team. Charge at enemy towers to help take them down. Okay, is Faker dead here? I don't think he's got anything to get out, so yeah. That's rough. Kills are quite even. Gold's also really even. And the objectives are pretty even too, right? Just T1 have the Drakes and G2 have the Baron slot, the Rift.
It is to buy time for someone who's sprinting up the river. They didn't have that in position. And we can check in on the Coinbase gold grind. This is the big advantage right now for T1. It is gold on Pays.
Right.
On the Xyle.
Gold difference in the ADCs.
Be so dangerous in the team fight. But again, G2 with a lot of tools to answer. The wind wall, the potential dive, the flank from the Aurora, the hostile takeover he has to be careful of. There's a lot of things.
Void objectives. Okay.
You only have one
So that's the Void side and then the Drake side, I guess.
The rest of it on that Mikhails that Carrier has picked up. The quickness to distract the enemy team as well, the Gnar as well. There's a lot of tools in T1's collective toolkit.
Void grabs and Herald.
Safe, but
It's more for gold or Drake's permanent
buffs.
buffs.
Try and dive on that Xayah.
I think G2 got grubs. That's what I saw a chat message saying earlier.
But he doesn't want to show too easily. Doran's just gone Mega Gnar. The Drake down to 5,000.
G2 could snipe this Drake. They're going to get chased out of it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, blue got it. That's unfortunate. Oh, but are they going to win the fight? Caps can die. Nope, Caps lives. And I think Doran dies too. Yeah. This feels like a shift. This feels like a... Oh, and that's the Herald there.
work for G2 in that
Yeah,
fight.
feels like
They
the
go in, they got the early
scale is in
off of
G2's favor.
and that chains of corruption.
The fact that Caps did that well and lived was insane.
One after another. Everyone from G2 piled in.
Let's see the replay of this. So watching Caps.
One more time. They summon up the Herald and they decide, okay, the threat of the
Goes out,
both top laners are
pushes.
You can see both coming in the
Was that the ult?
of the fight. And then after they secure it, the instant Herald from Caps. Caps is going to charge in towards
Caps sends out the Herald.
Hayes uses the early on the hostile takeover, but then lands on the Herald. And now watch
Ona,
Caps, as soon as
Doran.
he pops out of the Herald on this side, he's going to insta flash onto Pace. He goes in,
Flashes onto him.
The chains of corruption came through.
And is that the ult?
Immediately
That big circle? Wow.
Caps survives that final auto, gets out.
And the fact that Caps lived on that tiny bit of HP.
And just so well played.
Who the hell is that guy?
On the back line.
Impact coming out. Dragon's Rage has to be used for the disengage. Faker was chasing Caps in the picture-in-picture, and in the end, Faker and Ona will be allowed to retreat out of the lane, it feels, because there's an impale and there's a flash.
They might get denied that retreat.
See perhaps if Broken Blade steps up a little bit too far.
Oh, hits it and gets him out of it. And that's Faker dead. That feels like a big shifter as well.
Mid lane pushed in. It looks like bot lane's going to be two. Doran allowed by Broken Blade to take this top lane.
Yeah, things are tipping G2.
And just like that, we're back up
I think
where the gold lead was.
they get a tower back in their favor, which is something. But yeah, the tides are in G2's favor here.
Getting so fed right now.
It doesn't feel too big of an advantage. Like it could very much be winnable by the circus magic, as you put it. But we'll have to see.
Such a resilient team, such an experienced team.
Okay, G2 going back.
Single blink, you take your eyes off them, and T1 look for players like this. Faker behind, Broken Blade.
Faker goes to flank. Can he get there in time?
Faker spots him with the Scryer's Bloom.
Yeah, he can. Deny the return. But he needs to live here. And Doran joins up. Okay, yeah. He's dead. Broken Blade gone. That's something. And the Baron's here. So, all 5. But they've got to be careful.
Has no ultimate up to steal anything, and he is low, so T1 say, okay, G2 responded too quick, we gotta get out of here.
And it's moments like that that make T1. They are so good at finding those little avenues back.
Okay, giving up on the Baron for a little bit. Because currently 4v4 here, 3v4.
Between worlds combo there would have been pretty deadly, as Ono is showing here on a ward.
I think he's trying to maybe look for a side lane play, but he doesn't know he's been spotted. The bot lane from T1 is in that top lane brush.
Oh, they're going to crunch on this.
Up there, but all of G2 are coming. They're outnumbered. They don't know.
Skewmon will face check. Carrier and Pays are waiting. There's the quickness.
Okay, 3v3 here. Caps dead? Nope, Caps lives. Okay, never mind. Okay, 3v3 now. Ona dead. Faker's coming in from the bottom. Hayes dies. 3v4. 3 of them are low, which is something, but yeah, that was something. Oh, okay, Faker got 1. Can Faker get 2? No, Faker dies.
Of Skewmon's Singer is felt again as Faker now on 10 HP, chased out of the jungle.
That's a great dodge.
Carrier's on his way across as well, but
here's and I don't think Carrier can go and help. That feels like a big shift again.
They were outnumbered. That ward from G2.
I think that just pushed the advantage a little bit more into G2's favor.
Was not aware. Oh no, they were aware that even Carrier was up there, so they pinged out both. And they knew that this is a possibility, so that's why they overloaded this side of the map. I wasn't sure if they had spotted Carrier or not.
Yeah, interesting. So like the flash on the map. Oh. Okay. That's something. Hayes getting a strong kill on Caps.
looking to get a little bit of vision. G2 are the ones around the back.
Because he's been the difference maker, right? Feels like Caps has been doing so much.
FaZe did spend his flash in that, so it has to be some sort of E flash that did catch him off.
3v2 here.
If G2 can punish FaZe, missing that
They're thinking about going for the Drake. Everyone's pinging it.
So we'll see this one more time. Caps just goes into stealth. It's got to be an E flash to the side. Yep, just caught him with
Wow.
the flash. Brilliant play.
Impale happening on the screen as Faker
Okay.
hijacked Impale as well. Carrier trying to get the quick
Doran's low.
takeover.
Carrier's just in the middle.
Doran on the back. FaZe has Featherstorm available as Carrier tries to step forward.
Okay, can they go in?
Kicking back. He
Wow, nice kill.
FaZe gets the kill.
Airborne, that's another kill, right?
T1.
Wow. Okay, that's a shift again.
And their magic reigns supreme.
And look at the gold difference.
FaZe getting that pick.
And now they go for the Baron.
Here for T1. He gets the pick. They force the issue.
Broken Blades going back. They're all retreating. Baron's theirs. Okay. I feel like the advantage has massively gone down. Oh, unfortunate that Carrier missed that ability. That's a Broken Blades dead. Lebrov's. I think we're back to all square. In fact, even T1 winning. Okay. Okay. I'm here. I'm here for this. Genuinely, like, I have so much more of an idea of what's happening, literally from the first game to this. Like, I'm starting to see what kind of fights win, what kind of things lead to an advantage. That was so cool. In fact, it feels like the advantage is completely flipped, and we're in T1 territory. Oh, that was great. That was amazing. Carries half. Okay. That's unfortunate. They missed the kill and gets healed. Okay. Be careful. You don't want to lose both Owner and Faker here. The advantage might be leaving. Okay, Faker lives. Yep. Okay. So far, this fight 1-for-1. Carrier can get... Push, push, push. Nice. Nice. Oh my god. Can you get Broken Blade too? Okay. We're in T1. We're in T1 territory. Wow. Wow. That was amazing. And now they've got enough bodies to just go, yep, the tower's done. I think I've been really lucky with the series I've started with, haven't I?
Today, but G2 not out of this just yet. Caps is back.
And that's the inhibitor down.
With the Between Worlds is too great for T1 to stay around. They'll take the inhib tower and the inhib.
Okay, head back.
Comes out from FaZe and Carrier a 4,000 goal.
Wow.
Well, have another look at this. Hans Summer should have died.
He absolutely should have.
Yeah, the fact that he lives here.
Thought he had the damage to kill him with the Dragon's Rage, but saves him. And in comes Lebrov, and this is where you're thinking this is a disaster.
Yeah, I was thinking too. This was completely the opposite way.
No TP on Caps, and Caps is pushing top lane. Everyone from TP is from T1 is piling.
Like this fight just feels like it shouldn't have gone T1's way.
It's a completely different story, but even with that mistake, it does not.
And then Carrier just pushing the issue. Boom, boom, and then Broken Blade stuck. Wow. I think I've had such a treat for the first series that I'm ever watching.
What a game.
Wow.
T1, and with 10 seconds left on their Baron power play, we'll just back away.
The first game was a treat. Second game was a little bit dominant.
Well, it's 4 items to 4.5 really between the two AD carries.
It's crazy that like in my head it's like T1's gonna win the whole series. They've done it. They've won these fights. It's then GG. But no, I won't jinx it. We'll stop. No, T1, they're losing. They're losing. And this is fight from behind. Yep. Wow. So hit with an ability, I assume like an ultimate, that can just grab someone and bring them back. Look at that. Oh, that's... Yep, that's another one. Oda gets the kill. Carrier's so low.
resilience, with the experience,
wow. I feel like we went from this map, or this game felt very much G2 for a while, but we're in for a series. Wow. Wow. Okay, I'll reset my timer, get it up to a minute again, just so we've got it for the next one. Ooh. I mean, I think even if G2 won this game, I still think it would have been a great series, just because of how good the first game was, and if this game somehow swung in G2's favor, I think it still would have been a T1 circus. I'm seeing on the cast there. That was so good. Like, you know, I was there halfway thinking, yep, T1 are behind. You guys are saying, look, trust, T1 love it behind, and well, pause. But yeah, that was fantastic. Okay, now please don't ban Caitlyn or Ashe. They banned Seraphine, so we might not see the Ashe is what you guys were saying. But we'll see. G2 up, yeah. G2 were 2-0 up, and we're now at 2-1. Bit of a crazy time, and they were winning the map 3. So this has been exciting. And I think I've been really lucky for the first series that I've chosen.
100% agree with you. G2 sticking to exactly the same bans that they have this entire series,
So interesting, they ban 3, then do some picks, and then ban 2 more.
Yeah, very interesting. So G2 had the right of first selection this time, so they chose blue side, and T1 chose first pick. And I think that
is that is oh yeah, we will see a Caitlyn. Nice.
In all 3 games, G2 has been very responsive, both in draft and in game. They've liked to take, you know, the playmakers and let T1 hang out
Okay.
with those, and then take the denial.
Another game where we get to see. I think. Well, yes, we did. It was Varus, right? The one that I played in Aram. Oh, and Ashe. Okay. Yep. This is gonna be where I get the learning. What am I drinking? I'm drinking Coke, and not you know, I'm all for Diet Coke, Coke Zero, that kind of thing. I hate it. Real Coke, normal Coke. Keeps the energy. But yeah, this will be really interesting, because I think unlike games where we see unlike a game where I'd get to see Ashe but against something I don't really know how it works, I've got a decent feel for both Ashe and Caitlyn. I've played enough to have an idea of yeah, what they do, how they play. And Lux is one I've played up against, or had on my team in a game, played up against in a game. So I feel like this is my learning game. I think that's what we're in for.
It is that Caitlyn Lux. They have picked some push for themselves. Where will T1 go with their final pick here? Will it again be something safe for Doran?
Okay, game ready with my timer, and then we'll be in the game itself.
G2 experience, the G2 history, really.
A fight going on super early, but not committing. Okay, what are some weird picks that we've got going on here?
To add a 4th this early in the year would be incredible.
Just waiting until
people are always quick to say, well, first stand is just first stand, and this is just this, and well, top.
Okay, timer going. Vega's playing his signature pick. Okay.
T1 at MSI in Korea. This is a big deal, and G2 have them on match point.
Okay, so yeah, focusing on farming, bit of damage to each other. Lebrov going really in, big fight, pays my die. Or hand summon my die instead. Ooh, if Carrier hit that ability, I think that would have been over. Oh, that big shot missing is rough.
But look at Skewmon, he's gonna go for a level 2 gank. You never see this in pro anymore.
Spotted on ward.
That's a bit scary. Good place to ward, which is something I should really really learn from.
Both bot lanes get their level 2s. Broken Blade trading with Doran.
Biggest paper around the world on any champ, yeah.
See the reason that G2 want to focus this bot lane if they can. Pays having an exemplary performance so far here at MSI.
Broken Blade's not level 3, he doesn't have the W.
He's very fight heavy. Okay. Oh, and Doran, can he get it? Oh, nice. Faker dies though to Caps. No, he lives. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Not enough to get through the pot.
The pot keeps him alive, and Broken Blade there.
Wow.
He's hitting the minions,
And he goes back. These two go back. Did these two get the Ashe, or did Ashe go back?
Instead, he went QE for the more aggressive trade, tried to depend on the fact that he would be able to push quickly for level 3. Then Doran realizes, you don't have W, bro. You can't remount fast enough. So he is all-inning on him. Well, Broken
Okay, Doran going back.
Trying to get level 3.
I see.
If he gets level 3, he gets the fast W, he gets the quick remount, but it came in way too late. And here it is, EQ in. If you time that well, it hit confirms the bear trap on a rope, you get the dismount, and now is where you're vulnerable. He really needs to go for that level 3, but Doran realizes, you don't have the time.
Yeah, interesting. So playing for... Oh, and there's a fight going on mid. Caps are dead? Yeah. Wow. Faker gets the kill and goes back. Okay, this feels like a very different start to the ones we've had so far.
And showing him why. Laning, not what you talk about when you talk about Faker these days, but G2 in trouble. Owners behind him.
Okay, yeah, Pace can get good damage. And who? Labrov, dead. No chance. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
That's classic jungler move.
I've got a Nimbus strike this one, man.
I needed the assist, guys. It's for the...
And I don't think Ashe can get much done here.
They are able to take him down, but things getting a bit out of control for T1 already. G2 really going to be on the back foot. Here's another binding.
Yep, and that's Ashe dead. The long range shot because they were netted. Ooh. Now it's back to farming. And yeah, so completely waiting until a minion's one-shottable and then doing it.
He wants Broken Blade to auto a minion to get the W on cooldown. Yep. So that is why Broken Blade is only last hitting with Q right now. He's trying to hold the W cooldown because he knows if he gets dismounted from a disadvantage without W ready, he is dead. He will not remount. He will get killed. So he is accepting that he's just gonna...
Okay, back in the fight. Carrier versus Labrov. Pace comes in. Wow. And yep. This is brutal. This is... There is aggression going on.
Nerves are getting to them.
And under the tower of all things, he goes 1-for-1, but I mean, the kills are so far in T1's advantage here.
He's going to push away from Broken Blade, so it's still a worthwhile dive. Would have been much worse if Doran obviously survived from that spot, but Olaf getting this far ahead is so problematic. G2's comp is very reliant.
This is dominant. How big an advantage would you say T1 are in right now? Like,
everyone on T1 is up gold, including Faker, who is up the least.
Level difference becomes less and less significant. But also means the power level between 2 and 3 is much bigger. Okay. Blade missed the minion wave, right. Now T1 are going to go for the dragon. No one from G2 aren't really in a position to contest it.
As we are seeing from Faker, T1 is a team that is famed for their in-series.
Huge, should be unlosable from this point.
They are not a team that lose the same way 3 times.
2k gold lead 5 minutes is insane. Yeah.
BB does have that early Tiamat, but is going to be...
How am I liking MSI so far? We are 1 series in, and this has been fantastic. Granted, I think we're unbelievably lucky for the series we've gotten, but this has been... I've really enjoyed this. The first game was really exciting because it was back and forth, but I didn't really understand fully what moments were important. Whereas I think particularly game 3, I've really got a feel for where the fights were having big advantages, what that really meant, and especially with this game, I'm really appreciating how big these fight wins are. But Carrier's going to die now, and Pays, I think, has to be careful. Okay, things are happening. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you say I understand what's going on? Probably very little. I think there's so much more going on than I can even appreciate, but I think I am getting a bit of an idea of what's actually happening. I'm surprised at also how quickly that's coming on. If you're winning, you fight. If you're losing, you're fighting. Okay. If you even, you gotta fight. So Broken Blade's staying for this minion wave, I guess. Not the start he was hoping for. And Faker, yeah, really waiting for those last hits. Like in the way that I'd have played, like I'd be hitting those minions the whole way. So I think that's one of the biggest pickups I need. Has been kind of known for his late game team fighting on this pick, right? You know, for his ability, not necessarily to always dominate in the 1v1, but to be able to come into that 5v5. Owner's there ready to come and help if they want, but he was spotted by the wards. Ooh, T1 also going for the grubs. Relying on slows and CCs and stuns to be able to keep you away. You're going to have Wukong flashing on your head with a Galio ult coming over the top with Lucid Singularity with all of these tools. Slow push stacking waves. T1 just lane swap bottom top. Yeah. Oh yeah, but Doran might be in trouble because there's 3 of them. But he does have tower. CC immune. Oh, gets Lebrov. Faker's here to help. Wow. Wow. And now it's 2v2 with tower advantage. But minions are in G2's favor. They back up. Okay. They're going back. I think they've got to be a little bit careful because they might just jump them and cancel it. Yeah. And it's 3v2 again. Oh no. One of them got out. It's just Faker. I think Faker's in trouble here. Might get one. Doesn't. Okay. Skewmon might die. Yeah, okay. Goes 1 for 1 there, which I think is fine, right? Ooh. For the king, you best not miss. Faker. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, I feel like we've got a little bit of a moment here. I saw watch Worlds. If I'm still covering League, absolutely. Oh, I want to watch Worlds. If we can get access to co-streaming, that would be fantastic. But otherwise, you know, I think this works good enough. And you know, if we don't get it, that's fine. So, and also I think after MSI is over, I'd be down to then looking at some previous games, maybe highlights, maybe the actual things, but I think both work.
Yeah. I mean, it went bad, and it went bad very, very early. You know, if you lose all 3 lanes and you're getting killed in all 3 lanes, that is just very...
One thing I'm thinking about that I think is important to bring over to my games is actually, I think it's worth spending quite a bit of time whilst refining the mechanics. Oh, this might be a... No, they don't have minions. I was going to say it might be a full tower. Will they win the 7th? You know, very much have a chance. Oh, that's close. There's 4 of them here. They definitely get the tower, right? Yeah. Ooh, that was a nice ult. They're channeling afterwards. Can they get an ability to cancel it? No. Owner's a little bit in danger. Has a clone ability, which is cool. Caps is down here to help. They didn't actually get the tower in the end.
Happy enough to take that summoner out. Broken Blade still hasn't taken this tower, and Faker's going to get himself a plate in the mid lane with those grubs, doing a little bit of extra damage for him. Caps now.
Caps might be in trouble. The tower's close to being finished. The Drake is also open. There's 3 of them in the area. No, 2 of them going back. Feels like aren't panicking when they see the flash. Caps is pushing the issue.
Flash into it. That's what he's looking for in a play like that. But Caps holds his nerves, is able to judge that it's not going to hit, doesn't use anything.
Headed
and as a result,
down.
is minus that summoner and will be a little bit more
Vegas here for a bit of
Has
farming,
Gales, which
looking
I
for more.
really
Okay.
like against a comp like
Yeah,
this.
the thing that
Crystal Arrow or nothing, kind of. I mean, you can send the Kled in as you're engaged.
the thing I should
It's very, very tough
try and get a little bit better at is properly managing the minion wave, because I feel like that leads to just a really big advantage. And I think spending time really working on that, along with then the general mechanics side of things, I think is a really good mix. And I think we'll end up then with a better end product as we start getting into actual games. But yeah, Owner's done great grabbing the Drake.
The gold lead on Broken Blade over Doran has to be compared with the gold lead between Hans Summer and Pays, and it's almost a 1.8k lead now.
Yeah, I think the full shebang will be a bit too difficult, but getting a feel for somewhat managing so it's good enough. And I think that's one of the ways that I could get advantages quite early.
Has been something that he is really, really well known for, and
because I think whilst trying to refine the mechanics side of things, doing that at the same time might be good. Ooh, block the ult there, Lebrov did. That was quite cool.
Averaging over 1,000 DPM.
Both were pretty much full HP though, so I don't think it makes too much of a difference, but it was cool to see. So yeah, the two bot laners, or all the bot laners are fighting mid. Lebrov's a little bit low. They're just settling for tower damage here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Quite get there in time, and I think a volley maybe even came out from Hans to try to slow him down a little bit.
Yeah, like I noticed it immediately when I went into draft, right? That I was just getting so much less gold because quick play gave you gold after if you literally just damaged it. It was less gold, but it was still gold.
They get rule of the roost, don't they? They can do whatever objective they want.
And I think the key bit there is I don't have to be constantly hitting the minions, which I was doing previously. Yeah, I feel like we've not been seeing much of the top lane fight.
What I'd like to see from G2 is if they can get push. I mean, this is what kind of depends on. But utilizing the Kled ult to pick someone off in a side lane, right?
Doran needs to be a bit careful. He's going to get flanked here.
You know, you don't have to have some tricky angle when you just run really fast.
That's I think that's a tower for them mid. Unless Ash can get there in time. Lebrov's low. Wow, 2 fights going on at once. I love this graphic of seeing both of them. Okay, nice. Doran got the kill.
Nicely done there by Doran. Has his first completed item on that.
Yeah, I think because between games I forget. Like, by the end of a game, I have, like, super high attack speed, and I forget going into the next game I don't have that super high attack speed. Nice ult there. Doran dies here. Yeah. Nice catch for them. I think Broken Blade's a bit at risk here. That's the kill on the Ashe. And I think T1 win this team fight. Yeah, G2 back off. I feel like that wasn't the moment to go and attack there. Wow. And Broken Blade's probably gonna die too. Oh, Taze might die actually. Pays rather. But okay, Broken Blade lives, but that was such an advantage there. T1 feel quite ahead. Obviously their gold isn't as ahead as they were earlier on, but they still feel like they're solidly in control of the of play here.
Doran, did flash early to try to escape, but in comes everyone from G2.
Yeah, Doran dies, but this fight was so cool. I started out 3v4, but they got one immediately. Like, they got one isolated. Songplay if T1 wins. Bring it to game 5. Silver Scrapes. Okay, well, we'll listen out for that. Oh yeah, and T1 do have two Drakes, and they got the first of the Void spawns.
4,000 the entire lead for T1 as Doran continues just to push in a side lane.
Let's go T1.
It is such a struggle to get back into this game.
Yeah, 5 versus 12 on the kills. Like, even though the gold advantage hasn't really grown that much, I think there's, I mean, how are the levels doing? Yeah, a little bit of an advantage almost all round. Doran dies, okay. And this is a bad TP to make, right? Oh no, yeah, okay, Faker backs up. Carrier's there to help though. T1 got all of the objectives, okay. And the Dragon's back, and G2 have an attempt at it. They're actually dragging it away.
Had just enough time there. 1 second later, that all comes up. I think Doran is gone. But he
okay, so G2 actually have more control over this objective, but T1 are kind of on the edge thinking about it. Okay, here they go. Carrier goes in, Pays go in. Yeah, this is completely stolen, isn't it? Oh, actually, it's smiteable. It's smiteable. G2 got it. G2 got the smite there, so that's a little bit back. Did Faker die? Did they get Faker?
G2, importantly for them, they delayed the soul, but with another light binding, just clipping the heels of Broken Blade, unable to find.
They're really on the back foot here. Oh no, Faker's alive. Okay. Oh, Broken Blade's really low. Oh, the shot, the ult kills. Oh my god. But Faker goes in the back. Can he get it? No, Faker's gonna die. Wow. Oh my god. Guys are shifting, guys. Okay, G2 are cooking. And Carrier dies here. Okay, there's still an advantage, but it's a bit risky. Ooh. Lead cut down. There's also the objective gap has shrunk. I really want to see game 5, but I mean, if this ends up as a really exciting game, you know what? I think that's fine. But yeah, will we see the replay of the Ashe ult? Because this was where like Broken Blade felt like they were so killable. But it is a bit of an overreach. In goes Doran, pops the ult, pops the ghost. But I think it would have been better if they actually did manage the kill. So it got blocked by Skewmod, the ult went there, and then they get there, and then where's the... Yeah, oh my god, look at that arrow. How? Oh my god. That was so good. G2 gets so many kills, and T1 felt that they were rolling. Yeah, and their plan really didn't pay off. Much more within striking distance. It's really only obviously there is still an advantage, but he is still 2.6k ahead. Importantly, almost has that. But the levels are closing in a bit. The gold is closing in, and the dragon advantage was also gone. See, that arrow didn't quite work. Not an easy game by any means from this point for G2. But before that fight, this game was looking over. Yeah. And now they have that glimmer of hope. I am just so impressed by Broken Blade. I feel like Kled from behind is so hard to play. To go from getting solo killed in this matchup to being up 850 gold, to being active on the map, to being able to find these angles, ways to create chaos, these ways. So we're back into farming, back into temporary land, seeing where we can get advantages. Caps with a slight gold lead, Broken Blade and Skewmon with those slight gold leads. It is all going to be about. Yeah, I noticed they use way more abilities on minions than I use, which is something I think I really need to bring in. And especially once Caitlyn hits that 4th item 100% crit, she's going to be a terror.
Faker with the mandate alongside his rocket belt.
Okay, grouped around mid. They might go on a crunch on Cap's mid. Faker could get Broken Blade. No, he dies. Hmm.
Look at the build. He's got Merc Treads, an Imperial Mandate, and a rocket.
That didn't go so great.
No protection against a Xin Zhao and a Kled, and they knew it. They just go straight in for him, burst him down under the tower.
Only needs to be a little bit careful. They're all quite close.
Very squishy build that does have a lot of value because Mandate is reducing the cooldown of your taunt, of your ult, of your E. It's that triple power, but
Skewmon dies? Question mark? Oh my god. He flew away. In fact, the gold advantage is gone.
Survives, so it's another good play for G2. The gold lead is gone. It's 300 gold. And because Skewmon got that last dragon, it's not as though you're facing down Soul Point either. This is a game that G2
Oh yeah, Paze does have Infinity Edge. Along with Phantom Dancer and Hex. Okay. Or Hepto, see, that one. Okay. Still got his bow from the start. We'll see what he can do with ooh, couple of hits going in.
But if Paze is in a fight and Broken Blade isn't, it's massive. And if Broken Blade's in a
the bird checking if they're going for the dragon. They are. They only needs to be real careful. I think good backing up. This is 5v4. Gotta be careful. Okay, Faker's here. 5v5. So it's who can get the first, really, I think is going to determine this fight. I wouldn't fight the dragon now. I don't think that's the move at all. Okay. We got Skewmon in. Okay. What? I'm so lost on what just happened. Okay. 4v3. T1 are winning. Carry needs to be careful though. Faker needs to win this fight. Broken Blade dies. Paze doing bits. Caps is... why is Caps here? Oh my god, the Lux ult almost paid off. I think Caps gets away. So... and they did get the dragon in the end, which is great. Rob is there. I think Caps finally... oh. Owner's getting a little bit low, actually. But I think Caps dies, right? They've done everything they could to get Caps there. Paze is dead. Oh.
By the fact that Paze goes down. Paze was trying to get behind.
The gold advantage has grown a little bit, but it's I think if Paze lived and they took a little bit of time to regroup, they would have won. But this was crazy.
The battle lines are destroyed for G2 so fast. So when Skewmon full sends it,
man, there was so much going on in that fight. I feel like I missed so much.
But when he goes in,
well, Paze pushing like that's a me strategy, isn't it? That's what I do.
Despite Labrov going in here, landing that route,
let's check if anyone's on 3k gold. That's the real check.
But they are bailed out by the fact that they kill off Paze.
Okay.
No Baron, but it is soul point for.
And look, we're back to pretty similar gold again. Like the advantage isn't that big. There is an advantage, but need to be careful.
G2 still within 1,000 gold. T1 still in control of the game, importantly. They have a 3.5
okay.
carry. Hans Sommer still only has components of his third. Paze is massively ahead, but
yeah, like from the early game, it felt very much, yep, T1 win, GG. But they've really shifted things.
He is a massive advantage. He is the problem. That is absolutely true. But if he gets caught, if he dies at the start of the fight, That is
Small towers advantage. The Dragon Souls are big. 3v2 here if they can get the fight to happen. I doubt they will though. Might end up 3v3. Ooh, they will get spotted. Oh, no, 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 there's too many. 3v4, but they don't start the fight with an advantage. Faker's coming in, which is nice. Nice ult from Carrier. Ah, Broken Blade gets so low every time, right? Okay, Skewmond I think dies here. But Ona dies too. Skewmond lives. I think that's a really big, it's a really big issue. Oh my god, what's going on? Someone's rezzing. I still don't know who wins this fight. Skewmond dead. And Lebrov dies. Okay, wow. Wow. Pay's cooked. Pay's cooked so hard. Ace indeed. Guys, yeah, I think I'm locked in on ADC. That was so cool. Oh, but that arrow. That arrow basically determined Ona dying there, right? Oh no, Ona survived because of the clone. But wow. Okay, let's watch Pays as much as possible. Shots on Skewmond, he gets away. The ult almost kills. Boom kill there. Boom kill there. Boom kill. Forgets res. Boom kill. Wow. Root them so he gets the longer range, higher damage shot. Kills with that, and then it's all over. Wow. Wow. That was so good. Oh, that was amazing. And so, yeah, but all of that and still only 2k gold advantage, but Pays has the item advantage. Yeah, I'm really seeing, I've had so many comments talking about the T1 team and the fact that it's like, to begin with, it was Faker was the star and Faker hard carried based on mechanics, and now it's become they're all stars and they can all take over at every point. But G2 are probably going to get the Drake here, so it's really not over. But unless they win the fight, Pays cooking again. Pays don't die. Pays dies. Okay, I think that's the Drake's alive. It's so not over. In fact, G2 have a gold advantage. Okay, but what's happening? Doran's taking over now. Lebrov's dead. Doran gets a... No, Doran doesn't get away. But that fight there, Doran stopped that from being game over again. Guys, what a series we've picked for the first one. Genuinely, the first game we watched felt crazy. This feels crazier. This feels even more insane. Guys, I think we've forever ruined my watching the pros. I think this is going to be brutal now, because does it ever get as good as this? Does it ever? Oh.
So smart from Doran to turn around.
Wow.
As well, because that is the moment he has. At that point, it's a squishy Victor, a squishy
okay.
And a squishy Ash that you want to chase down. 31 minutes in, Pays with his 16th penta, leading the board by 4. And G2.
Most of G1's like this, and then we are in for a treat.
This game on a knife's edge.
16th penta. That's insane.
MSI if they lose this. If T1 win, we will go to a
Okay.
game 5 here. Faker needs
Oh, the channel gets off. The return gets off.
Why he's pushing sides. And Kled is heading down there, and Kled could take him out if he gets caught. Faker is very weak right
Thinking
now.
about fighting Doran. They need to be careful. Is it go join up for a team fight mid? I think so. Yeah. They're thinking about it.
For G2 with Skumon, Caps and Hans holding on to theirs. 1,000 gold lead for G2, but
Pays is headed over. They're thinking about the Baron. I think that's where this is where the game gets decided. A nice ult early. That does so much damage.
Do you force now, knowing those flashes are missing?
And I guess that's an ult to say, look, do not fight us now. Good luck trying to go for the fight.
Flash from Skumon, flash from Caps, flash from Hans. And you know that
Yeah, the announcers have been amazing. I mean, you guys can't hear it from mine, but I'm assuming you're all watching it alongside.
Broken Blade is almost 4,000 gold ahead himself.
This is a big fight. Doran's losing. Gets away though. He is getting They are trying to force the issue, but the tower here is going to make it difficult for Broken Blade. Faker's in to help, but they don't know that Caps and Labrov are there.
Looking very confident running forward there, but I think
they're going back. With two of them going back, they could start the issue on the Baron potentially.
It does cost the ultimate there from Doran, but it is a trade of ults.
That's an option.
T1 really do not want to fight without the flash from Pays. And Skumon has
yeah, they're going back.
That is a very big purchase. Hans, we talked so much about Pays, and rightfully so, but Hans is also
has wow, Pays has got Pays is maxed, right? Other than the bow that we got early on. Yeah, that's pretty much one of the builds we ended up with quite a lot of the time. But he's got the oh, a G2 are going for it. Ooh. I think they get it. They need to go now. It's going to be smiteable. Yeah, they got it. Ooh. I think G2 are winning. This might be it. They need... Faker needs some really good engagements here or it's over.
They get the Baron, and they're going to have the Baron for this next Dragon, which is the big win. T1 don't fully commit to it. They know they're still missing those.
Ooh, the whole momentum is shift.
Like that for Pays could be suicide. So T1.
It's not as much of a Dragon advantage.
Couple seconds until Pays has that flash.
They've got
trying to get as strong as he can.
They've got Baron buff now.
Finish as many items as they possibly can for what could be a series decider if G2 wins it. 15 seconds now. And T1 first to
okay, that might be a kill. That might be a kill. Okay, no, go back, go back.
T1 now can set up for this Drake Soul for them.
All five are here. Everyone's here. This is. I think this is it. This is the fight.
The taunt comes out, the Justice Punch away as well as G2 want to take this fray, want to take this battle.
Okay, G2 are the ones starting on the Dragon here.
T1, they need another game after this for G2.
They're gonna get it. It's taking a lot of damage. Blue got it. They both tried to smite it at the end, right? Yeah, I think this is it.
Does need the charge to get away. Owner so low, and G2 continue to advance, continue to step forward. There's the charge away. G2.
Yeah, I think that's GG.
Through the bottom lane, Caps reset.
Both dropped their smite, right? And it.
G2 just trying to keep T1 around. A taunt just wide of connecting onto Skumon's shoes. As G2 continue to step forward, they have confidence in this. Skumon almost gets sniped out by a headshot.
Oh.
Dashes away with the jousting, and once again, Faker's
it's someone dies here, and the game changes completely. They're going back. Okay, the going back got cancelled. Okay, Pays got a kill. T1 lost someone, but they're getting resurrected. Owner's there. Yep. Okay, that was what. This has been back and forth. Skewmon dead. I think they killed Broken Blade too. Yep. That's him caught. Faker might... No, Faker's fine. What? Okay. It's not as done. I mean, Doran's a bit low. Okay, no, they get. No, Doran dies too. Broken Blade got so much value there. And Caps is making progress on their towers. Even though those fights looked quite T1 skewed, Caps made so much ground there. The gold advantage is still quite in G2's favor. I think we're back into objective territory. Careful, Carrier's not got, I think, the health to do this. Pays is here. Okay, there's 3 of them.
What a series this is, Azale. So many 3-0s. I think a lot of people
Okay.
come into today expecting
Okay, we're back in what's gonna happen territory. Pays full items. Pays is at his scariest. I think this just comes down to, in a team fight, who dies first. And that's it.
Throughout this series and especially throughout this game,
Ooh.
dies in the 1v1. He is thousands and thousands.
This has been crazy.
He is delaying and
Like the fact that Broken Blade lived so long and got so many kills out of it, when it seemed like Broken Blade was constantly on the back foot. Oh, careful. Broken Blade's doing something again. Skewmon's gonna cut Owner off. I think Owner dies. That's bad. But Pays needs to come in and kill both. Okay, that's Skewmon, probably? No. Oh no, everyone's coming. I think this might be it. I think G2 are doing it.
Pace is going back, but Pace has no flash. This is so risky. If he gets caught, they could end the game right here.
Ooh. That was close.
G2 have fought back to within
Okay.
ahead. For them, a monumental
We're back in we're back in middle territory, but G2 have so much more gold now.
They are fighting to not lose this 3-1. They have never missed the top 4 of an international tournament that they have been to.
Man, look at that advantage.
And this is a legacy game for Broken Blade. He is showing us everything in this game. You could not ask for more from a Kled. His timings are perfect.
I think I'm still in territory. I'd like T1 to win this because I'd like to see a map 5. But to be honest, this series has more than done its part. Like, this has been insane.
And Pays again is playing without flash for the
Okay.
for the dragon. RT1
So basically, this all gets settled on the fight for the dragon at the bottom. Faker might lose to Broken Blade in this fight. Yep. That's a really bad fight. That's a really bad fight to lose. Broken Blade is carrying.
Gets the solo there. Faker saw the Q on cooldown, but he forgot about the ult. He interrupts him with the ult, and Zonius was not used, and now
Yeah, I think I am getting super spoiled.
your mid laner is dead. You can't answer.
Well, look, maybe it's I show up to a series and the series pays off.
The back of an
And Skewmon just going to solo the dragon. I think this is it.
have dealt lethal damage. They have to get
I think this is it.
line, but they are so far ahead now. They will get soul. They will
The
get
gold
damage.
super in advantage.
Tried to fight another day. It's
They're going to get both
6.6K
objectives.
gold lead for Broken Blade individually. It's a
And
3.6K gold lead for Caps. Yes,
yeah.
he's strong, but he's been capped on items for a while.
So
and he's
basically,
only one.
the only way this goes well is Pays obliterates all of them. That's the only way this works out.
And for T1, you are grasping at not even straws, you're grasping at the end of straws, you're grasping at the concept of straws right now, because when G2 steps up,
Careful, Broken Blade stepping up.
it feels feels like you just cannot match him.
I mean, Doran is just so far behind. I mean, the only positive you can talk about is the same one for
Okay.
Pace has no more room to grow. Broken Blade has no more room
You're
to grow.
catching up at least if you're Doran.
Exactly, but the problem is there's never going to be an answer for the damage that's coming out of Caps. Caps has not been the story.
Well, I think the thing is, God, that ult does a lot of damage. But I think this is basically, if T1 mess up at all, that's it. If G2 mess up, there's still a lot that T1 need to do.
T1 set up the trap line. Pace steps forward.
Oh wow, that is a series of traps. FaZe is going, look, you're not stepping through this one. They might be able to go and kill Skumont here. No, not going for it. I think good decision that they didn't.
Baron remains on them for the next 95 seconds. T1 with good defense. TP coming out from Caps, and I do believe this is a slight.
Wow, this is
not the easiest. Into a Galio,
this is real close.
You don't have a huge amount of range. If you charge in and take the fight, you have to be brave to do that in this moment as well. You have to trust yourself. You have to back yourself. G2 have done that many times before, but can you do it against the back-to-back-to-back?
2v2 with Tower, but the Tower's about to go down. Okay, they're going in. This is where it happens. Caps, I think Caps gets away. Oh, that would have been the moment if they managed it. So they get the Tower at the bottom now. Broken Blade half. They're going for the inhibitors. We're in trouble here.
T1 do get his flash, but now they're trying to wait it out. They're trying to get the ghost.
And how okay, objectives aren't going to make a difference, I don't think, in this.
The map is so dark for T1. They cannot leave the base right now.
Yeah, they have so little info as well.
Still desperately trying to get his fourth in a game where everyone else is capping out. The Galio very far behind. Skumon even pretty significantly ahead.
Yeah,
here.
Paze versus Broken Blade is what this is.
Damage with Paze to get it done in the right fight. But G2 have so many threats, and there's only one target that matters. Yeah. They've got to go for Paze. Unless Doran and Owner can get in the backline, create some heroics. If you take out Paze, you've won the series. How long was game? We started this series with the longest game of MSI so far. I believe we're going to beat that record as they'll hear in game 4.
Yeah, so wait, is this about to beat the record for the longest game that we broke in the first one? This has been so good. One thing I've realized is I've been asking so much less questions. Like, I've been seeing these fights and I've been getting a bit more of an idea of what's happening, which feels insane that it just took like 4 maps really to get to that point. Okay. Doran needs to be a little bit careful because that's not the man you want to fight right now. They're grouping up for the mid fight.
T1 trying to hold on. It's going to be this next wave that G2 needs to play.
Okay.
They want to try to go for the triple inhib. This wave
we need to see.
Here. T1 trying to close ranks around top side. They're going to spend the Lux ult. They're trying to just clear it out and make sure that they do not get triple inhibbed. But more supers coming in here, and if they go,
they just don't know where to fight here, and they're just getting pushed back and back and back.
Tower in the top lane toppled.
And I think the inhibitor's going to go. They're going to be left with one.
Relegated to defending only their Nexus towers and that top lane inhib. Broken Blade trying to distract as the Shrew.
They need to win a fight, and convincingly so.
Between the uprights on the 2 initiation tools, Owner forced back in.
Okay.
Hits only onto Carrier. Pays trying to get the damage down as well. Doesn't use the Mikhails, importantly. That's a tool that they will keep. Push. Triple inhib down.
They're just getting squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. Okay, Owner sees blood. He's just not doing the damage, but Faker might go and kill Caps. What's the fight we've got going on up here? Doran fighting Broken Blade. Paze going in for the kill. The bottom, there's... Faker's low. Well, Owner's super low, but Faker gets out. Ah, blocking the ult there. Okay, that's a kill. Paze got it. Handsummer's getting away. Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay. T1... This was the first step. They did what they needed to do here. They're not done at all. Okay. Dragon's back in 14 seconds. That's going to be the next fight. That felt so over.
He could steal that. That would be huge. And even if they get it, I don't know if it gets them a win here. Broken Blade is TPing back, and he's going to look for a potential.
That's what they need, but Broken Blade's back. There's only 3 of them, 3v2, but with a dragon fight that they need to get. Okay, let's see. Yeah, they're not really contesting it. Okay. They're letting it get the smite off. Don't mess up here. They got it. They're all going back. It feels like we're back level, aren't we? Oh no, but they're getting the G2 are getting the Baron, which might mess things up.
Then G2 could just send Broken Blade to end the game here. T1 trying to.
Where are we at? Carrier ulting maybe. Ona's gonna see if he can go in and smite it. I don't think it's gonna work out. Yeah, G2 get the Baron. But T1 have the execute.
Which favors the Baron because you can just wait out the Elder. The Baron is taken second here, and I don't think T1 are going to get a fight right now. Owner knows there's no point in me trying to steal this because even if he gets in the pit and he steals it, he will die for it, and that could be game ending.
So executes at 20% burns before that.
Are trying to batten down the hatches.
Do either of them have a timer?
Respawns, but they are going to be having to play with the fear of a backdoor in the back of their minds for the rest of
Pace sold what? GA.
Being said, Hans, he's surely going to have the Mercurial soon. Dorian's working towards his last item.
Both have a timer. Okay.
Like, we are in the true end game. 50 minutes is approaching, and people will be so online.
The inhibitors are coming back for T1.
Exactly. Sold the GA because it's on cool.
Guardian Angel's the resurrection item. I see.
Has no GA, will be
timers to the left and right of the scoreboard. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. I'm with you. So that fight for the Elder Dragon is not really going to mean too much anymore. Oh, this is crazy. Everyone's ready. It's now. This is now. Any mistake, because there's no. Well, I guess T1 still need to actually make some distance. Like G2 have a much better push. They've got more of the towers down. Man, what a treat we've had. My first ever League series, and this is the treat we've had.
But when everyone is a true 6 items, you can get one shot with one step too far forward.
Especially when you have a Caitlyn. But if she has a headshot lined up and she walks at
okay.
Doesn't shield, he's dead.
Pace setting up another wall of traps.
The inhibitors respawn for T1 in bot and mid.
Ooh.
The top lane one still
oh boy.
away as the Elder has expired, which is why G2 feel that they can step further forward towards T1.
They still have Baron for a little bit. Okay. They need to be careful. Look at how much the ult does. That's crazy.
No flash on Hans Summer. Skumons is about to come off cooldown.
Caps just lost half his health.
The inhibitors are all down again.
No one blocked it.
No TP as well for Caps.
They're still on the back foot.
On that Inspire shield slowed up by the Lucent Singularity. Broken Blade building up a huge minion wave here.
Man, look at all of the minions. This is danger time. They're just doing damage to the towers. No one's dead though, but T1, I think this might be over. Oh, Pay's got a kill. Okay, it's happening. Doran's going in. I don't know how Doran's alive. Doran's resurrecting. They're doing damage to the Nexus. I think that's it. That's it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. I think now it's decided who I'm supporting into this tournament. There's no question. We are We are G2 all the way from here. I think it's both of these teams that I wanted to see do well. Has to only be one, and that was so... Look, I think I've been probably the luckiest first-time watcher of a series ever. But that was incredible. Here we go. Against a T1 that looked really strong in those last couple of games. Wow. Wow. You know, if we don't hit these peaks again, that's fine. This was amazing. Just for the chance of something like this happening again, I'm so down to see it. Oh. What a watch. What a watch. And I'm so glad I started to get an idea of what was going on into this final map, because I I mean, we need to hear from Broken Blade if we're getting an interview for him. And this is Europe going forward.
I did not doubt them. And let me tell you, if they want to kick me out of this library, be it too loud.
You know, and the thing I want to say now is the casters did so well. The panel now, the way they're talking about it, are doing amazing. This was so good. So, what are the teams that are still in this? Like, what are the regions here? Because we've now got a Europe going forward. Was in season 2. It was Mac Noon. So Broken Blade has the MSI. Like, how is the mix now? And he knocked T1 out of MSI. And this game heavily relies. Man, look at the damage difference from Pace. Look at that. What is that? Really for G2. It doesn't take a genius to look at the sheer difference in numbers. Onto this Caitlyn, and it was basically, there was a point where BB is like 6k ahead and Pays is like 6k ahead. He saved the game, and he also no way, one for each, really. You know, go way back, like when I did the I think even the World's Anthems video, I was like, you know, is there a good balance? You know, I'm really happy that in Vanaer we've got 4 regions in in Masters that was happening, and you guys went, no, it's super imbalanced. It's Korea and China on top, and Europe and NA are nowhere. Well, look, we've got 4 teams. We've got 4 different regions. But the G2 coaching look, guys. Like they had against HLE, not to say that I'm the look, the second I pay any attention to League, look, the regions are balanced. I don't know what to tell you. Wow, this was a treat. And we have that interview with Broken Blade soon, but this was such a good experience. This was amazing. This is like such a treat. To be honest, I expected to understand very little and have no idea what was going on. And to begin with, yeah, that was true. But actually, at this point, I feel like we're getting somewhere. We're learning. We had an understanding. G2 Golden Road. Isn't that what the one that Faker doesn't have? That's the one. They did lose 3 games to HLE, but everybody lost hope from one series. They're 3-1 in series against the LCK this year. Oh. EU versus LCK, and they are back showing it here. Guys, we're on the EU hype train for this tournament. That's for sure.